Hello everyone! We are back with Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. Today's gonna be a special day. We're gonna keep on going with this game. Today's been a crazy day, by the way. Absolutely crazy in some areas. And I'll reveal what happened, like all the crazy stuff later on. But for now, let's talk to Emma for a bit. We got some prints done, and we got one mystery print, I believe. Well, that's what the game's saying too. So, let's go! This print is far too smooth to be from a regular shoe. It is a shoe print of some kind though, that's certain. Still, you have to wonder what it's doing here. It's right next to the Eldu noodle stand. Does it make one wonder, hey you. Yes? Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? You wouldn't happen to have something in mind? Something that might have left this mystery shoe print? This mystery shoe print does remind me of something. I'm pretty sure I've seen something that would leave a print like this. You know, I think I have our culprit right here. Well, I think it's these slippers, actually. Slippers? What would slippers be doing out here? But look at the bottom, see? It's covered with paint, except for... See, right here? Hey, that's about as shaped like a leaf. What if the leaf was stuck on the bottom and came off when the slipper stepped in paint? Makes sense, doesn't it? Wait, something's written on them. The Maractus Clinic. Exactly, the victim's clinic. Wait, that means that someone from the clinic was involved? Why is she just standing there eating? Detective Sky, I have a favor to ask. What? Can you get us access into the Maractus Clinic? The police won't let us in. They say the murder and the clinic are not connected, and it's off limits until we prove they are. I should be able to do something for you, yes. Eh? Really? Well, you did my work for me here with the shoe prints. Seems like I should return the favor. Thank you, Detective Sky. Here, show this to the police officer on duty. Yay! We got the thing! Right, Maractus Clinic. Here comes justice! Huzzah! Let's go! Let's go out of here. I want to check something real quick. I want to check two things out, actually. Alright, I guess we talked to this guy already. Yeah, we talked to this guy. Alright, bye, Walkie. Sadly, I don't know if anyone is here for plot-related stuff, but oh well. We'll update everyone when the time comes. Ah, the prodigal attorney returns. Welcome, Apollo. I heard you did well in the trial today. Here to discuss something? I could use a little diversion. What did Detective Sky say? If you want to know something, you have to investigate it yourself. Mr. Wright, tell me what happened 7 years ago. Please. I want to know. I need to know. You certainly didn't waste any time getting to the point. Ooh. Here we go. 7 years ago. 7 years ago, I was standing in a courtroom on behalf of a client. The case involved the death of a certain magnificent genius. I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard about it. It was all over the news, I remember that. You were up against Prosecutor Gavin, weren't you? Yes, he was only 17 years old at the time. 17 years old? That's still high school. He took the bar exam abroad, in Europe. They're progressive over there, you know. I was defeated by a 17-year-old newcomer. In my shame, I left the practice forever. That's all. That's all? How could that be all? What do you mean? What about what they were saying on the news about forged evidence? They said you forged evidence and had your attorney's badge stripped from you. Yeah, what's with the forged evidence, pal? Tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to stand here before Phoenix Wright, the forging attorney himself? How does it feel? I don't want to believe it's true. But what about what happened in my first trial? Didn't you notice in today's trial, there was a slight single piece of forged evidence? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. I don't see you jumping to my defense on this one. Maybe I did forge evidence. Maybe I didn't. It doesn't really matter now, does it? But I'm not an attorney anymore. That's the only truth you need to know. Mr. Wright looks like he doesn't want to talk about the accusations of forgery. For now. Yeah. Not getting any details out of him, sadly. Well, whoops, wrong place. Move, boom, boom, boom. We did it. Ah, you two again. When, oh when will you learn? Look at me however you want, you're not getting in today. I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Look what we have. What's this? Detective Sky. Yesterday it was Prosecutor Gavin, today it's Detective Sky. Who are you two, really? Are we suspicious again? Well, you got the orders, I gotta let you in. Have fun. Thanks, Mr. Officer. Let's hit it, Apollo. Alright. In we go. The Maractus Clinic. Immediately, there are some weird things. Huh? Kind of an at-home sort of place, isn't it? This place has a connection to the murder in the park. I'm sure of it. The police guy out front wasn't so sure. Beyond it being where the victim lived, looks like the police team's gone home for the day. There might be some clues lying around. Let's get cracking, Apollo. What are these bowls doing here? Look at all these bowls. They're from Eldoon's Noodles. They're Mr. Salty. There's Mr. Salty. You think we figured something out? I think we have. Mr. Eldoon must do takeout. Not exactly what I was thinking. All the bowls have been washed clean. I think we found our first clue, Trucy. What are these fancy shoes? There's a single pair of sandals here. Wait, but why would there be sandals here? Unless they belong to one of the patients. Or maybe it's a visitor that's come to see Dr. Maractus. You'd think they'd use his house entrance instead of the clinic entrance in that case. And if this patient or visitor isn't still here, why'd they leave without their shoes? Better take a closer look at these just in case. Aha! What do we have here? Hey Apollo, you think this is... Huh? This could be a toe print. Maybe we can get a print off of this. Let's try it out. Alright. Dust, 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 dust. Dust, 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 dust. Dusty, 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 dust. It's the same print as yesterday, I think. Hey, it worked. This looks like a big toe, maybe? But wait, I mean, it's great that we got the print, but is there such a thing as a list of toe prints? Oh, good point. If there is, Detective Sky didn't give it to us, which means we can match this print. This seems like a good time to ask a detective's advice. Yeah, good idea. Psst. This must be the slippers for patients at the clinic, same as the pair we found, of course. Look, a single pair is missing from the rack here, too. And ours have a paint on the bottoms, which means they were taken out of here on the night of the murder. Right. The paint's from the hit and run, after all. But what were a pair of slippers doing in that trash can? And what were they doing at the scene of the hit and run? Weird. What about this fish? Or this flower? Or the reception? The clinic reception desk. No one's here, of course. There's a small sign on the counter. Please pay your bill. Remember, we're the ones holding the scalpel. Scalpel. Brutal, but effective. That's pretty hardcore. There's a pot. There's a room back here, too. Look, this door says doctor's office. Think this is the victim's private office? It's not locked. Too bad. Why the... Hey, Stars Over Hyrule. Hold it. Hello. How you doing today, Stars Over Hyrule? It is good to see you today. And you're first. Huzzah! You're the first one here. Why too bad? I like opening locks. It's kind of a hobby of mine. Like those little bike locks. Don't even bother putting them on when I'm around. That's probably not a hobby you want to tell. Not a hobby you want to tell too many people about. I'm doing good. Today was a really crazy day, though. A really, really crazy day, though. Lots of crazy things happened. Lots of weird news and lots of kind of crappy news. But, all in all, we're here now, and I'm raring and ready to go with this game. Thump. Ah! Apollo! That sound! It came from behind this door. Someone's in there. Let's check it out, Trucy. A break-in! They left through the window! Uh-oh. Wait, Apollo, you're too late to catch them now. That must be your experience as a panty snatcher chase you're talking. Well, we should tell the police. Let's check the room out first, Apollo. If we call the police now, we'll lose our chance. You're right, she's better at this than I am. But one thing's for certain, this clinic and our murder case are looking pretty related right now. Oh, man. Man, oh man, guys. Books and papers are scattered around the room. Wow, what a mess. This is worse than Daddy's room. The burglar must have left in a hurry. Even the cup on the desk here is lying on its side. Huh? The juice that spilled out of the cup, it's dry. So, the messy one wasn't our burglar just now? Someone knocked this cup over a while ago and left it. Guys. What about the plant? So what did you do today, Stars Over Hyrule? Anything cool? This potted plant has seen better days. It doesn't make sense either. What doesn't? Normally burglars are looking for valuables, right? That's true. That's what I would do if I were a burglar. So why look under a potted plant? Maybe they were looking for the key to the safe. I've heard of people putting their house keys under plants with the key to a safe. And maybe the burglar was looking for the house keys. This is getting nowhere fast. What is this? What the heck is this stuff up here? Whoa, what are those? The wall is covered with beakers. Eek, something's moving inside that one. You look, Apollo. You look. Hey, look yourself. You can't. Oh, it's a goldfish. Wow, they're all fish. So many kinds. Whoever designed this had a sick sense of humor. Huh. Haha. What's this lamp? This lamp is just standing up. Kind of an expensive looking lamp, isn't it? Hey, the bulb's broken. Broken? Don't you mean burnt out? No, our cat burglar must have dropped it. But why is it standing up on the floor like that then? Hey, look at the cord. Huh? There's a red splotch on a part of the cord. Think that's blood? It's a little bright for blood, almost pinkish. Something's definitely odd about this lamp. That's for sure. Man, the evidence is stacking up, guys. Not good. This cord runs to the lamp. It has a red stain on it. Gotta wonder what left that stain. Wait, I know. Maybe it was left there by a red marker. Like they were trying to write their name and slipped. Why would anyone write their name on a lamp cord? Used to write my name on my magic ropes. And yeah, the lamp is definitely broken, or the light bulb is at least. The bulb is broken. It won't turn on. Oh, how is it broken? Don't touch that. You'll cut yourself. Eek! Yeah. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. My finger! Ack, you're bleeding. Let me see that. Wait. Magic blood. Tee-hey. Gotcha. Please don't do that again. I have enough to worry about without my coworkers injuring themselves on the evidence. Oh, Trucy. You jokester, you. The window is ajar. That must be how a burglar escaped. How is the window ajar? That doesn't make sense. I wonder who it was. Maybe it was just a burglar who happened to pick here. Yeah, but there's a patrol car sitting out front. If I were a burglar, I'd come back the next day at least. I'd give it a month maybe. Whoever broke in obviously needed to break in today. And of course, what is the dealio with the safe? What a cute little safe. Looks like a 4-digit lock. 7-9. Someone's already entered in 2 numbers, Apollo. 7-9. Wait, do you think that burglar just now was trying to open it? I wonder what's inside the safe. Is there any way we can figure out the last 2 numbers? Well, we know the first 2 are 7 and 9. Maybe there's something in the court record. Something that can help us figure out the last two numbers. I wonder. Well, I have an idea. I knew it, Apollo. What is it? Well, all we have to know is what the buttons have been pressed. We can use this to find out what the next two numbers are. The pennies! No, the fingerprint powder. When you press the buttons, you have to touch them with your finger, right? It would leave a print. When you open a safe, you don't press any other buttons but the right ones, right? So if we can find the buttons with fingerprints, we'll have the safe code. Not bad, Apollo. Well, we have to remember the first two, 7 and 9, alright? Take that. 3 stream streak. Take that! Yeah, we'll get the numbers up here too, just in case. Ah, 2 and 5. Look, you can see only the oily finger residues clearly. Look, at 7 and 9. These are glove marks. The burglar must have been wearing gloves. Well, we might not be able to identify the burglar, but we can open the safe. Let's give it a shot. So in case we get it wrong, the first two numbers are 7, 9, alright? Someone write that down, 7, 9. Let's do 2, 5. Aww. Maybe 1, 1, 1, 1? Wait, did I do 5, 2 already? Okay, we're good. We're good, guys. We're good. Thank you, stars. It opened. Look at this. This is a weird safe. Cat. Files. I did 25. Yeah, okay, good. Good. I was worried for a second there. This looks like a medical chart. There's an x-ray in here with it. An x-ray? Can't make heads or tails of it. It's a Maneki Neko. Is that the name of it? Neko! And I can't read the chart either. It's all in medical speak. But the names are easy enough to read. Look, by patient, it says Waki Kataki. So this is Waki, our client's chart, huh? Why would this one chart be in here in the safe? Let's see. The physician's signature says Palmerectus. Eh? What is it, Apollo? Look here where it says who filed the chart. Let's see. Nurse Alida Tiala. Alida Tialida is Waki's fiancé. Tialida? That's one Ida too many, Apollo. Never mind that. What's her name doing here? How should I know? Though I guess it means she's on staff at this clinic? I'll bet she neglected to mention this before now. I'm sure she had her reasons. So, Alida Tiala worked at the Maractus Clinic. And she had access to Waki Kataki's medical chart. You got the I and Y wrong, Apollo. I'd be very interested to find out what this chart says. Who could help us decipher this? Apollo. Gotta love this game. This looks like a bullet hole. You can still see the bullet sticking out of it. Why is it in the middle of the safe? Hey, the bullet came out. The tip is all squished. Not surprising given that it was fired into a metal safe. This bullet's got a story behind it, that's for sure. Yay! Alright, that's all. I think we good, guys. Oh man, he's not here. Darn. I guess we go to the Kataki place, maybe. Oh, Emma! I know that face. That's the face of someone who's made a discovery. Hey, how'd you know? You can't fool someone trained in the ways of science. Next she'll have us analyzing face prints. Let's ask Detective Sky to help us, Apollo. Yeah, let's present the bullet. Detective Sky, I was wondering about this. Act juicy. Wait, what? This bullet was inside the safe, right? That means the police don't know about it yet. Oh, right, we can use this in the trial tomorrow. Do I have to repeat myself every time? If you're going to talk behind someone's back, do it so quietly. I don't think you can help here. It's like a restaurant, Gataki place. It could be. It might be, actually, soon. Eventually, stars. Detective Sky, I was wondering about this. Juicy, wait. What? That's vital evidence there. You can't show her that. That's our secret weapon in tomorrow's trial for sure. Ooh, clever Apollo. What did I tell you before? If you're going to talk behind someone's back, do it quietly. Say, could you take a look at this lamp? The bulb's broken. Right, strange, isn't it? Really? I break bulbs all the time. My desk is a mess and my lamp is always falling over. Not too bright, huh? Stop. Snack time. It's snack time with Emma again. Ouch. I still think it's kind of odd. These sandals, that's quite a clear print there. A toe print. Too bad we don't know whose toe it is. Well, there is a way of finding out, of course. There is? What? All I need is a sample of the same toe print, off another shoe, for instance. Oh, right, so if there's prints match, you know the same person wore both. Do I have another shoe worn by the same person? I think I just might actually. Really? I'm beginning to suspect something here. Detective Sky, can you compare the sample with the other print? This pair of slippers, toe print and all. Ooh, the print on these is nice and clear too. That makes our job easy. Can you analyze it for us? Of course. Hang on. Bingo. Gosh, I'm good. Hey, we were the ones who found the prints. A perfect match. The same person wore these sandals and slippers. I was afraid of that. All you have to do is find out who these sandals belong to. Or, do you already know? I can't say. Not yet. Well, that's one big step closer to the truth. Psst, guys. Where did she go to get the prints? Probably the detective's place or the police station. That's my guess. Yeah. Ask scientifically. Okay. I guess that's all I can do here, maybe. Can we go here, maybe? Eldoon's house? Can Mr. Eldoon be here? No? No. Just seems odd in the middle of a park. Everything is odd right now. This whole noodle stand here looks odd. Don't think she could help with these. No. I don't think she can help me with anything. Maybe we need to go to the jail. Gotta find the plot again, guys. It's here somewhere. Ah! Ho ho! Don't cry, Angel. Daddy's back and Daddy's... Oh, you again? Do you always have to announce your entrances like that? Man, my old man, Man! Now I'm all in a funk, and it's his fault. One can only assume that his father tried to teach him a lesson. And failed, clearly. You two got your work cut out for you, straight up. Of course I don't care if they lock me up. I'm ready to go. Some days I wonder why I do what I do. Ha ha ha. Hey man, you won't see me bugging about 1 or 2 guilty charges. But what if you're found guilty of murder? Hey, it's all experience. You feel me, shorty? Like a badge of honor. They don't give the death penalty, do they? You didn't really do it, did you? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. If I learned one thing today, it's that silence speaks louder than words. Case of the missing plot. I think we found it, though. We found the plot. The plot is with Waki here. Man, my old man is whack. Disappointing, that's what he is. I heard he wants to leave the mob? Over my dead body? I spend my life trying to keep it real, being an OG and never stepping down. Now my old man wants to go soft. Fine, let him. Just leave me out of it. The day I get out of the clink, That's the day Alita and I start the next generation of the Kitaki family. Please don't talk as though it's assumed you're going to jail, for my sake. That's just wacky. Wacky and wacky at the same time. Let's present some things. Man, that is so far off the hook, it's off the chain, G. Seems preoccupied with something else. Wonder how my Alita's doing. Man, I miss her. Huh? What's that? Some kind of x-ray? Wait. That's right, Waki. It's yours. Hey, look, I don't smoke or nothing. I'll live long, right? I don't think he gets it, Apollo. Take a closer look. Here, in particular. Where it says nurse. It's signed Alita Tiala. Huh? You lawyers do your homework. So, you met Miss Tiala when you... Yeah, I met her at the clinic. So? Could you tell us a bit more, a bit about the circumstances of your meeting? Fine, fine. I'll tell you how we met if you want to know that bad. Guys. About half a year ago, I was shot during a little turf war with another family. I was ready to die, sure, but they came in and got me, hauled me off to the docks. The Maractus Clinic? That's where I met her, my fallen angel. You mean Alita Tiala? She was scared of me at first, turns out, but you know what they say? The bad guy always gets the ladies. Right. She was done with that clinic anyhow, so I was like, I'll take you on, woman. Straight gangster style. Guess what she said? What did she say? Come on, give it some thought. She said it real quiet like on the down low, know what I'm saying? I'll leave if you'll marry me. So, that was the proposal? Know it, an oath of love right there in the hospital room. Just like that, the OP was done and we were out of there. See you later. Bye. About that OP. Yeah, didn't go so well after all, did it? I know about the report. I know it's still in me. Health checkup. This whole checkup was the boss's idea, you said? Yeah, can you imagine? What's the point of living healthy when you're a G? You know what I'm saying? But didn't you learn about the bullet at the checkup? Yeah, that's when I knew that doctor had to pay. Figured I could just get that cap pulled after I got my revenge. And hey, I'm still living large now, aren't I? Incidentally, have you ever had a health checkup before? Nah, my old man suddenly gets the idea we all gotta get checkups. Guess he's getting old. Older, I mean. Well. I'm gonna present some more stuff. Like this lap. Man, as far as I wonder how I'm gonna leave to do it. I miss her. Do you know the sandals? Are these your sandals? Hey, Mafia babe. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? You're super sleepy? Oh no. I hope you're doing well. How come you're sleepy, if you don't mind me asking? Just a long day? Waki, you don't happen to recognize these, do you? Hey, sure I do. I was the one who bought them for her. For Miss Tiala? Yeah, a birthday present. She got mad little feet. Mad. She was so cute, man. So these sandals are hers. Yeah, I kinda had a feeling. What's up with the funky vibes? That's not good. We found these in the doctor's office, and then these were at the scene of the crime. And these were worn by Miss Tiala. Does that mean what I think it means, guys? Could it possibly mean what I do to think of it means? Real quick, let's see if he's available. He is! Yay! Mr. Eldoon, we've been looking all over for you. What's the matter, Trucy doll? Hey, Angel Love, what's up? I think it does you to think of it. Oh, you think? You think? How you doing, though? It's good to see you, my friend. How was your day? Was it good? Apollo, show him what we found. Nothing like expert advice. I suppose he is a doctor still. Sniffle. Mr. Eldoon, is everything okay? I'm just Sniffle, so happy. I just thought my doctor days were gone for good. Sniffle. Mr. Eldoon. Alright. Present. The bullet. Sorry, Sonny boy, my interest is blah 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 blah. Mr. Eldoon, could you take a look at this? A medical chart? Hey, you shouldn't go around taking these from clinics. Why the sudden silence, Mr. Eldoon? What? What's going on here? That's what we want to know. The chart belongs to my client. He's on trial on suspicion of murder. On trial? That's crazy. You can't put him on trial. He's ABD. ABD? All but dead. He's knocking on the pearly gates, and someone's about to answer. Can you tell us why? Ooh. Well, permit me to speak as a surgeon. You listen up good now, son. No way. It's like he's a completely different person. You're tired but otherwise good. You're tired too, huh? You and Mafia Babe are so alike, Angel Love. It's crazy. But I'm glad you're doing good. I'm glad that you both are surviving. Well, according to this chart, this Wakikataki feller's not doing so well. He's got a bullet right up the side of his heart. That's right. Yeah, but this chart talks about the post-op. In other words, the operation is already finished. But you can still see the bullet stuck in there. Why would it still be in there after the operation to remove it? Well, about the only reason I can think of is it was too tricky to operate on. What? That bullet's snug as a bug there next to the aorta, which is connected to the heart. Everyone's sleepy. Heck, that scrap of metal is just surrounded by blood vessels. Kind of a miracle. 2 millimeters to either side, and there'd be some serious bleeding going on in there. Not something your average doc could be eager to fiddle with. You mean... It took a miracle to get that bullet stuck where it is. It'd take more than a miracle to take it out. It'd take a magician. I'm only up to making rabbits disappear. I haven't learned bullets yet. Of course, with the heart pumping and lungs working, that bullet's on the move. I'd give him another half a year, tops. But Waki's operation was already a half a year ago. That's why I'm saying you're out of time. This kid shouldn't be on trial. He should be on an operating table. Great. Just great. Well, that's a problem, guys. How could Dr. Maractus do such a terrible thing? How could he just leave that bullet in there? I got a pretty good idea of how he felt. An emergency operation. He's got the kid's chest open on the table, and he finds that bullet. That's despair right there, Trucy doll. Cold despair. Despair? About the only thing he could do is sew the boy back up. He wasn't exactly in the situation gonna go admitting and kinda take it out. The Kitakis? You bet. This kid's their only son, I hear. So, he skips the operation and Waki's back on the street living his life. Of course, it's only a matter of time before his heart hemorrhages and he drops cold. How awful. And which doctor would they take him to? Maractus. He's got enough ties to them. He could probably cover up the truth of what happened. That's just horrible. He left Waki to die. There's a darkness in this world, Trucy doll. Waiting. Hungry. Compared to it, these gangs as turf wars are like kids' games. When you're up against real evil, well, don't matter if you're weak or strong. It'll take you all the same. You were a surgeon, right, Mr. Eldoon? You could operate on Waki, couldn't you? I wish. What? I'm afraid there ain't nobody in the country that could. Maybe not even in the world. So Waki is really lucky to be alive even now. No, there's only one problem. Apollo? This chart. Look at the nurse section. Alita Tiala. That's right. This operation was how they met. Yeah, the problem is she knew. She knew about Waki's condition, guaranteed. Ah! Why didn't she ever tell him? It doesn't make sense. If she knew her patient was in serious danger, you'd think she'd want to get that second operation before getting engaged. What was she thinking? Apollo? What were you thinking, Alita Tiala? Oh my gosh, guys. What was she thinking, huh? So who's still here right now? Real quick, who is still here at the moment? Sound off super quick. I'm gonna get a quick drink real quick. Free money. We'll see. I have a little interesting story today. Oh hey Captain Chips, you're just in time. I had a weird McDonald's experience today, guys. I probably got the most disappointing burger I've ever gotten before at McDonald's today after my haircut. So when I get McDonald's, I get a double cheeseburger, no pickle, and fries. And the fries were good, obviously. But the burger was a little bit different. I opened the packaging and I saw the burger, and guess what was there, guys? Take a guess what was on the burger. I'll wait, don't worry. I'll wait. We got plenty of time. Well, I'll tell you. If you're going to think it's no pickles, or pickles rather, no, there was no pickles on it. Pickles? No pickles. But here's the thing, though. There was also no cheese. And also no ketchup. And also no mustard or little onions. And also there was 4 patties on the burger. So yeah, I don't know how someone could mess up an order of that much. But yep, that's what I got today. I ordered a double cheeseburger, no pickle, and instead I got 4 patties in one burger. So yeah, that was miserable. That was awful. I hated that. Someone got their order screwed up, I guess so. But why would they get my fries perfectly though? I think someone working there either misheard the order or I don't know. The person that in the order booth sounded like newish, not serious about their job, that kind of thing. I don't know, guys. It was a weird day today. Also, some crappy news that happened. There was a new lamb that was born yesterday, and today I went down to check on it, and I guess one of the bigger lambs kept messing with it, and I found that lamb kind of dead. So that sucked. Today was kind of a weird day. But, you know, life goes on. We gotta keep on moving. How you doing, Foursquare? It's good to see you. I haven't said hello to you yet. What's up? Yeah, it's risky, you know? You gotta be careful when taking care of animals. Just the circle of life. Yeah. So, guys, who do you think the murderer is in this case? We learned a lot of things that actually most of you missed during this stream. But who do you think did it? This is it, the big day. Did you get any sleep? Yeah, I went to bed at 1 a.m. or so. Oh, what time did you wake up? 3 a.m. That's only 2 hours, Apollo. But at least you have me. Ah! The couch is sus? Oh, it's the couch. I thought you would say the couch and not the picture of the guy in the picture there. And the amazing Mr. Hat. Here's looking at you, kid. Good luck today, Apollo. That voice. Hey, get any sleep? Mr. Wright. I was going out of my mind with boredom, so I signed myself out earlier today. Somehow that place makes fake piano playing at the Indo-Chine pasta joint seem almost fun. Daddy, do you know who Prosecutor Gavin's witness is today? Take a guess. How about Little Plum? That Sherman tank of a mom? Nope. Guess again. You was about to type couch, did it till you saw the message? Everyone thinks it's couch. So there you have it, it's the couch, guys. That's too bad. You know, speaking of moms, you need to find me a new mommy one of these days, Daddy. It's early morning and you're at it already, Juicy. Okay, see, this is why I don't buy their father-daughter relationship. So, Mr. Wright, do you know who the prosecution's witness is? Alida Tiala, your client's fiancé. She's going to be a witness? But that seems odd. Why would she testify against her own fiancé? You have to wonder what Gavin's up to. Something's going down today. That much is clear. Well, not to worry. I've got my panties back. If we can't find a killer, I'll pull one out of there. That would be weird. Court is now in session for the trial of Waki Kataki. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution is warmed up and it's a sold-out house. Very well. To recap, while yesterday's witness seemed more guilty than any other party, guilty of panty snatching, we did find out one thing for certain. There were 3 people in the park at the time of the murder. The witness, the victim, and the defendant. Correct her, Judge, and today I like to do something a little new age. I like to look at this horrible crime from the outside. The outside? The acquisition of the murder weapon, the preparation for the act? Our poor defendant told all, you see. To his betrothed. His betrothed? His fiancée, her Judge. His partner for life, with no chance for parole. Very well, you may show the lucky lady to the stand. Your name and occupation, Fraulein. Fraulein? Fraulein. Alita Tiala, my occupation is future wife. Traditional values. I respect that. Too many brides these days can't even weave baskets blindfolded, underwater. Yet you're here today as a witness for the prosecution? To be honest, I didn't want to testify at first, but I couldn't hide the truth. Honesty, another admirable trait. Fraulein, is it true on the day of the crime? The defendant, Waki Kataki, confessed his plans for a murder? Yes. The witness will please give her testimony to the court. It was the day of the family health checkup results came back. When Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. I'll teach him, he said. He took out one of his family pistols. And you already know what happened that night. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. Line. I gotcha. So the pistol did belong to the Kataki family then? Yes, with regards to this, an investigation is underway at the Kataki mansion on charges of the possession of illegal firearms. And the bullet that took the victim's life, was it fired from the pistol the defendant procured? Yes, this has been proven. How can you prove something like that? Bullets carry marks from the bullet from the barrel that fired them, called rifling marks. Rifling marks? Think of them as being a gun's fingerprint left on every bullet it fires. And when did you first hear about Waki's plan? It was the day of the murder. I should have stopped him. I just didn't think he would actually do it. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. And here we go. It was the day that the family health checkup results came back. That was the day of the murder, correct? Yes, everyone in the family received their checkup results that day. When Waki looked at his face went so pale. But of course, he had just found out he had a bullet in his chest. So, you were there at the time? Yes, poor Waki. When Waki found out that Dr. Maractus had lied, he flew into a rage. Hey, Hiyori! You teamed up with Mastodon? I don't know what that is. Alt to Twitter to give a streamer a chance to join and get ready to shine their future. Cool, Hiyori. I hope it goes well. I hope your journey with Mastodon goes good. But how are you today, though? That must have been, quite frightening. He was furious. He ripped his report up to shreds. Incidentally, I had to request another copy to file as evidence. A bothersome chore, but one I performed without complaint. Waki's at an age where he's hard to control when he loses his temper. Of course, that little bit of instability is so cute. Great, now he sounds like a psychopath. I'll teach him, he said. He took one of the family's pistols. So, is it easy to take a pistol out from the house? Not really. I think there's a system in place to limit access, but Waki's a special case, being the next in line. Perhaps his treatment was a bit too special, yeah? Well, maybe he is a bit spoiled. I hear he got amazing presents for his birthdays. Last year was a switchblade made out of chewing gum and a chocolate gravestone. Sounds like he has a taste for sweets and danger. The point here being is that Waki had access to a pistol. And you already know what happened that night. What happened? Meaning the murder. I tried to stop him, I really did, but Waki wouldn't listen. Our defendant was nothing if not determined, it seems. The last thing you should do is blame yourself, miss. I just don't see how anyone but Waki could have done it. How can you say that for a certain? How? Ah! Her forehead, you will refrain from badgering the Fraulein. It was the defendant, Waki was it, who took the pistol from his home. We know this for a fact now. I suppose we do. So how could anyone else have used this pistol to shoot the victim? They could not. Simple logic, yeah? That does seem to be the case. Does the defense have anything to say regarding this point? Could someone else have used that pistol? Better save the game. Who else could use the pistol, guys? Based on your testimony, there was clearly another. One other person had access to that pistol. What's this? Interesting. Let's ask the defense then. Tell the court who this other person with access was. Who could it be, guys? I think the person that had access was... her. Well, of course, I mean you, Miss Tiala. Me? But why? You were quite clear when you told the court. You heard about the pistol from the defendant on the day of the murder. In other words, you knew what he was planning. Let me get this straight. You intend to tell us that this lady stole the pistol from her fiancé and killed a man in cold blood on his behalf? No, not Phoenix Wright. It was, Miss Tiala. I heard people doing strange things for love, but this? It does seem a bit unfathomable, to be sure. I'm all for romance, and for supporting your partner in life, to be sure. But I think I would hesitate at murder. I hope you do more than hesitate. But what if a different connection could be proven? A connection between the witness and the victim? You might find that she had a personal motive beyond wanting to help her fiancé. That would put things in a slightly different light. What possible connection are you suggesting here? You know what I'm starting to think? I'm starting to think that the police never looked inside that safe. Have evidence showing a connection between the witness, Miss Tiala, and the victim. None of you saw this when I streamed this today. But look at this. The examination record for Waki Kitaki, the nurse, was Alita Tiala. That looks like a medical chart. Found inside a safe at the Maractus Clinic. I'd like to draw the court's attention to the names written on the chart. What? Miss Tiala, whatever. Why is your name on this chart? Well, care to explain the meaning of this, Miss Tiala? I'm not sure what you mean by meaning, Mr. Justice. Our warm little fiancé just froze over. I was on staff at that clinic until half a year ago. It was boring, so I quit. That's all. Is there a problem with that? Miss Tiala, you testified that you had no connection to the victim. And I don't. Now? I quit half a year ago, didn't I? So there's no connection. Let me guess, you're the kind of guy who can't rest until he knows every last detail of his girlfriend's past. Am I right? That's not true at all. Why, I embrace the ones I love, past flaws and all. There's no connection now. It doesn't fly in a court of law. Doesn't fly? She's one tough nut. She probably feels right at home with the Kitakis. You left your job at the Maractus Clinic, true, but you remain connected somehow. Very well, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence that proves the witness is still connected to the Maractus Clinic. Crap. Maybe these sandals? 'Cause they were there? I'm gonna regret this. It's gonna be wrong, I guarantee it. And I can't say that. Okay, we're fine. These sandals were found in the Maractus Clinic lobby. They're yours, aren't they? Ah! Well, who knows? I'm sure there are lots of people with those sandals. So sorry, Fraulein, but your act isn't working. Your moment of hesitation just now cost you. What's with you? I thought you were on my side. Perhaps you are unaware that toes leave toe prints. A simple analysis of these sandals will reveal all. Well, now we see your true colors. I was wrong not to cooperate with you from the beginning. I just wanted you to help get Waki back on the straight and narrow. The score thinks you need to worry less about Waki and more about yourself. It sounds as though we need to hear a bit more about your story. Your sandals were found in the entrance to the clinic, which means you went there on the day of the murder. Well, there's little point in denying it. Very well, the witness will tell us about this visit. Why did you go to the Maractus Clinic that day? I'll ask you one more time, guys. Who do you think is the murderer of this case? I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. I went to warn him. After all, I knew Waki had the pistol. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. I wanted to tell him to be careful, as an old friend. It was Angel Love. Interesting. It was Mr. Hat, the fiancé, unsurprising. Yeah, well, you think it's the fiancé, or Mr. Hat, or Angel Love. Angel Love, I don't think you're in this game. Maybe? By mistake, you mean the mistake we heard from the defendant? The botch operation? He was a timid, small man, but I never wished him harm. I just thought I should let him know, you know? That does make sense. Yes, but there's still one thing, which does not. What's that, Prosecutor Gavin? The sandals left in the lobby, of course. We can assume she wore these sandals to the clinic, yeah? Then why did she not wear them home? If it were me, I would have worn them home. I would have worn those sandals home too. So, why were the sandals left behind? He pointed out the contradiction before me. There's probably a good explanation for this, right, Miss Tiala? Say, for instance, there happened to be a similar pair of sandals with which you wore home by mistake. You think it's the fiancé too? A twist! Actually, that's right. I'm impressed, Mr. Gavin. Oh, it is nothing. There is, after all, no other possible explanation. Yeah, forehead? Oh, what the? No fair. He's filling the holes in her testimony. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Okay, here we go. I did go to the clinic that day, my first time in half a year since I quit in January. Around what time did you go to the clinic? I don't remember exactly, but it was after 9:30, I think. And that was the first time you had contacted Dr. Maractus in half a year? Of course it was. He wasn't the kind of boss you made friends with. So why did you go to the clinic that day? I went to warn him, after all. I knew Waki had the pistol. Did you want Dr. Maractus to run away? Well, after I failed to stop Waki, I thought that was the only other way to avoid the problem. Couldn't you have called? Why go in person? I called several times that evening, but no one was in. The victim was busy driving home until after 9 p.m. that night, remember? This was proven by this mirror yesterday, yeah? I thought if I warned him, he would run away for sure, knowing the doctor. The doctor always was a timid man, too timid to admit his own mistake. You mean that the act of malpractice on Waki, correct? If he had just told Waki the truth in the beginning, none of this would have happened. True, that operation was the start of this whole affair. Oh, of course, if he had told him, he might have been erased by the Katakis much earlier. A disturbing thought. We know that the Maractus Clinic had ties to the Kataki family. He probably couldn't have gone to the police, even if he wanted to. That's why I knew I had to warn him. Why else would I have gone? I'm not hiding any dark secrets. No dark secrets, eh? What? Look at me however you want, Mr. Justice. You won't find a thing. She's hiding something. I know it. Must have some evidence that proves it, too. You're free to think whatever you like. I went to that clinic with only one thought in my mind. I wanted to tell him to be careful as an old friend. But then you'd be betraying Waki, wouldn't you? No, I didn't. I did it for him, for us. She went to warn him so that her fiancé would not have to commit the crime, such a crime, yeah? I didn't want them to take my Waki away. There's no way she went back to that clinic just to warn him. Do you know why she went, Apollo? Time to figure out what really happened at the clinic, and fast. Something tells me it's here, but I don't know. I don't remember what. Lucky for me, I have my old friend, the guide, open. And yes, I'm going to be using this guide right now. Because I kind of forgot. It's fine, it's fine. As long as we beat the game, it's fine. Let's see. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I guess it's this. Objection! Yay! This chart was found inside a safe in the doctor's office. Yes? Why would this one chart be in that safe? Miss Tiala, you know why it was, don't you? Mind filling me in? Dr. Maractus didn't have the leisure of making mistakes. That's why he wrote up a false report and kept the truth locked away. Bad hair doctor. And this is where you come in, Miss Tiala. The nurse who filed this chart was you, which means you knew about Waki's failed operation. Interesting. You knew you were in the same position as Dr. Maractus. Kind of makes it hard to claim no connection, doesn't it? You're bold for a novice, I'll give you that. Mr. Justice, you must know I was only a nurse. The doctor is responsible for the chart's contents. This chart business seems to be quite important. Please amend your testimony accordingly. Too bad, little attorney. Oh! My bracelet's reacting again. What is it, Apollo? I felt my bracelet tighten just now. Your bracelet? Just like yesterday, like you said. When a witness is unsure of something, their nervous habit gives them away. But I can't see anything, Apollo. Eh? Then what's my bracelet reacting to? Wait, maybe? Yes, that has to be it. What has to be it? Your senses, Apollo. They must be sharper than mine. Huh? I can't see it, but you can sense it. I don't know about that, Chusey. I don't have some kind of special power or anything. Listen to me, Apollo. There's a weak point somewhere in Miss Tiala's testimony. We don't know what her nervous habit is. Well, then what do? You have to perceive it yourself, Apollo, with your eyes and your senses. And it's up to me and my bracelet. I don't know why, but the bracelet helps. Somehow touching it helps me focus. Let's give it a shot and bring down that testimony. Update on... You KO'd Koga twice more. Upgraded the deity armor to max. Killed a king. Gliok in the depths. Oh, you killed the tough King Gliok. Awesome. Killed your first Gyptos. Your bones make excellent weapons. You found the good Gyptoses. Don't they break fast, though, or am I thinking of something wrong? I could have sworn they broke easy. Maybe not. Why would I go to the clinic now for a chart? Oh, it was this. I remember now. Why would I go to the clinic? Wait a minute. Look at this. I wouldn't think so. You may be thinking skeleton arms. Maybe I just never used the Gypto stuff. I was thinking that they would break easily, cause bones. But well done. Are you gonna go for the thing next? The boss?
Gotcha! Mother fudger.
I'll let you know you got these 3 weapons with them. Alright, we'll see what happens. I like the spinniness, by the way, here. I'm getting dizzy. Why go to the clinic for a half-year-old chart now, you ask? But you know why you would go now, don't you? I don't know what you're talking about. It was quite clear, Miss Tiala. You have a nervous habit. The moment you said the word now, you used your right thumb to fiddle with your finger. With your ring.
Whoa, what?
She was unsure. I saw it. Now. That's the key word. The chart wasn't part of your past. It was a clear and present threat. That's ridiculous. Why, if that were the case, I would have had 6 months to do something about it. Indeed. Eh? Which means something happened quite recently. Something to make that chart a problem for you. Now. I've got her on the ropes now. I can feel it. Time to strike the killing blow with evidence. Miss Tiala, there's no use trying to hide it. The chart became a threat to you now because of this. Again, I forgot completely. Perceive the habit. Okay, it's this. The checkup report. A health checkup report belonging to the defendant. You're thinking they'll aim for that many shrines? 120. Go for it. And if you're at 120, then do them all, unless there are 120 shrines. I actually forgot how many shrines there are. The Katakis are trying to get out of the business. The health checkup this month was their first ever. What did you think when you heard about this? Eh? Oh, nothing. Why should I think of anything? Oh, I would think you were positively beside yourself. Because you were afraid. You knew what Waki's chest x-ray would reveal. Irk. A full half a year had passed since the operation. You thought you were home free. When the chart came back to haunt you. Eek! 152. That's a lot. That's a lot of shrines. That's all, Your Honor. What just happened? Did the witness just admit to lying? I sensed it. There was a great aura emanating from her forehead. Very cool. So, the lady was lying, it seems. That's correct. She said she had no connection to the Maractus Clinic, but her connection was deep indeed, a bit too deep. If the Kitakis got a hold of this chart with her name, she'd be finished. Isn't that right, Miss Tiala? You guessed it. Order! Order! I did it. I broke her testimony. Amazing, Apollo. I didn't see it at all. Daddy was right about you. Wait. Miss Tiala? It's true. That chart was bad news for me. That's why I went to meet the doctor that day. But that's all. I told him about Waki and went home. It appears this cross-examination is far from over. What? She hid the truth from us, this is clear, yet it is not clear this truth had anything to do with the case at hand. Very well, the witness will add this to her testimony, and we'll have a bit more cross-examination. Grr, I was so close. You're still close. Keep on her, Apollo. Nothing happened at all. I warned him and left. Really? You warned him with a bullet? You say nothing happened in the doctor's office? I disagree. Take a look at this. What's that? It looks like a squished up ball of clay. Kind of like you, actually. This bullet was found in the Maractus Clinic office. Something did happen in that office, Miss Tiala. Enough of this joking around. The police investigated that clinic. Ah, but this was stuck inside the doctor's safe. Inside the safe? Ooh, Gavin's sweating. Clavier's sweating, guys. I guess the police didn't check that far. But there is a problem. How can you say that bullet was fired on that day? weren't you the one who explained rifling marks to us? The pistol was taken from the Kataki mansion that day. If the marks on this bullet match the murder weapon, then that proves a firearm was discharged in that office on the day of the murder. Not bad, her forehead. Bailiff, have this bullet analyzed immediately. 30 minutes later, a report arrives. The rifling marks on both bullets are identical. Well, it seems as though the bullet in the safe was fired from the murder weapon. Perhaps the defense would like to state their position? The bullet in that safe proves one fact. A pistol was fired in that office on that day, and at the time of the firing, the safe was open. The safe which contained the top-secret chart. Do you think someone was threatening Dr. Maractus in order to open the safe? Only one person was in a position to do such a thing. Our witness, Alida Tiala. Order, order, order! Mr. Justice, where are you going with this? Are you accusing the witness? Alida Tiala knew about Waki Kataki's botched operation. She got engaged to him without telling him about it. As long as that bullet remained in his chest, his days were numbered. What if she married him, and then the bullet finally reached its destination? What? That reminds me. Apparently, the Katakis have been asserting themselves in lawful business practices. They're making quite a great deal of money. A fortune, if you will. Nefarious. Should she plan to marry him just to get to her hands on this fortune? Uh-oh. You keep talking trash about my Alida, and I'll sue you, lawyer man. Huh? Me? Yeah, you said you'd abuse my Alida? I think you mean accuse. Same difference. Well, you can't have her. She's mine. It was me. I shot the doctor. That doctor. Me. He left me to die, so I left him to die too. There in the park. What, Waki? Just cool down a second, please. You keep your hands off my Alida, or I'll... Miss Tiala? I'm sorry, it's been so long since I've laughed so hard. Something funny? Waki, wake up and smell reality. Alida, baby? The signature on the chart, the engagement? I mean, come on, it's so obvious. Even for a brainless, spoiled brat such as yourself. Alida! Your honesty is like a breath of foul air, Fraulein. Hey, I wasn't getting out of this clean, anyway. So, the family fortune is what you're really after? That's right. I wanted the money. No way, that's whack. I ain't trying to hear that. Should have done the wedding earlier. Oh well. By the way, can I ask you a question? Who, me? I believe you said you were going to abuse me. Accuse? Of what crime, might I ask? Huh? Oh, I'm a bad girl, sure. I got close to that brat because I wanted his money, but he was the one with the pistol. He could have fired it into the safe after I'd already left the clinic. What? I would never do a thing like that. It was definitely that silly brat. Wait, but... What are you talking about? Chusi? Murmur. Lots of murmurs going on. You had the most to lose if that chart was found. But I didn't have a pistol now, did I? Well, you could have taken Waki's. You'd think he'd have mentioned that, no? All I heard him say is, it was me. I shot him. That's only because he's trying to protect you. Sorry to intrude in this lovely conversation. But the two of you are forgetting one critical point. What point? Certainly, the Fraulein wanted that chart. You assume she threatened the doctor into opening that safe. But then, wouldn't she have taken the chart? Oh, you see? That chart would have been left in that safe. Wouldn't have. Ack! He's right. Miss Tiala? Yes? It is clear to this court that you are not a very good fiancé. Oh, I'm flattered. Perhaps it's time you told us the truth? Tell us about yourself, including your actions and whereabouts on that day. Don't forget, we've proven that you were at the Maractus Clinic on the day of the crime. Well. Yes, I went to the clinic that day to speak to the doctor. I wanted that chart, but I failed to get it, so I went back to the clinic later. In any case, I didn't shoot him. You don't even have proof I stole that pistol, do you? And that brat was spotted in the park at the moment of the crime. Frankly, I don't think it matters if Dr. Maractus was shot in the temple or not. You went back later? That chart was dangerous, you understand. I needed to get rid of it, and that's why I went that day. But you couldn't get the chart then, could you? And later that night, Dr. Maractus was shot. I heard about the shooting, waited a day, but then I had to go back. No easy feat with the cops all over the place. Ah, that was you? Thump. Ah, Apollo! That sound! It came from behind this door! Someone's in there. A break-in. They left through that window. So you were the burglar. That was you too? If only I had one more minute. Then I could have opened that safe and gotten the chart. What? That's trespassing, and brazen at that. Oh, is this a trial for trespassing now? Besides, you can't blame a girl for wanting to protect herself. They are gangsters, you know. In any case, Mr. Justice, your cross-examination. Admitting the little crime to avoid the big one, eh? I don't know about this, guys. Anyway, I am going to go here. And that brat was spotted in the moment of the crime. I don't think it matters if Dr. Rex was shot in the temple or not. The doctor was shot in the right temple, yes? So it seems. Let's review the facts again, shall we? If the killer shot from this location, the bullet would have struck our victim square in the forehead. However, the entry wound was in the right temple. Yes, we heard testimony on this yesterday. At the time of the shooting, the witness was standing here. Just before the gun was fired, he shouted. The victim turned his head to look and was shot. But that testimony was proven to be a lie. Our egregious panty snatcher, Mr. Stickler, did witness the crime, but he was standing to the north, next to the trash can where he tossed those panties. If Mr. Stickler shouted from this location, the bullet couldn't hit his right temple. Silly, silly attorney. What? Do you remember what you had for breakfast that morning? Do you remember, Trucy? I always have a glass of milk for breakfast. What matters is one thing. The doctor was shot in his right temple. If that's the case, there can only be one explanation. The panties guy was mistaken. But his location was proven. You can't write that off as him being mistaken. Then why don't you show us, Herr Forehead? Show you what? Must I explain everything? Very well, let's recap. If the witness, Panties Guy, was standing to the north, then where was the shooter standing? From what location did the killer shoot the victim? But wait, if the witness was standing there, how could anyone shoot the victim in the right temple? I merely laid out the facts for us. It is up to the one possessing the shiny forehead to show us. If you can, that is. Wakikataki was standing at the killer mark, Wesley Stickler at the witness mark, and of course Palmeractus was at the victim mark. Let's hear what the defense has to say. Where was the killer standing when they shoot the victim? The killer, the witness... How about someplace else? As the facts stand now, we can't explain this crime without contradicting ourselves at some point, but I know why. The real killer shot from an entirely different location. What are you talking about? I don't see any other place. Apparently Mr. Justice does. Let's hear it. Where in the park did the killer shoot the victim from? It's time to raise the roof. And the stakes. Eh? Penalties are such frightening things, don't you think? But what if they were a bit more terrifying? Oh boy. Like so. Double penalty? Her forehead wishes to take us in a new direction. Then he must be ready for the challenges ahead. Challenge accepted. It's justice time. Are you sure, Apollo? The key is the witness, Mr. Stickler's testimony. We believe that, and we know where he stood. And the victim turned when he shouted. There's only one place the killer could have been. The killer shot the victim from here. Where do you think, guys? Where would the killer be in this instance? I think the killer would be right here. I believe we all owe a debt of gratitude to Miss Alita Tiala. What do you mean? Thanks to you, we had a chance to review the crime. And this time, we were prepared. We know that Wesley Stickler was telling the truth. We should have listened to him from the beginning. Wesley Stickler was standing next to the trash can when he saw the two men. He shouted just as he told us his testimony. And the victim turned to look in his direction. A shot was fired. The victim was hit in the right temple. Oh no! Oh yes. Which direction was his right temple facing at the moment? That's right, toward the noodle stand. Order, order, order! So you're saying the killer was inside the noodle stand? Let's think about this a bit more, shall we? You say the killer was inside the noodle stand, which would mean the victim, Dr. Maractus, came to the park, wielding his own murderer in the cart behind him. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I'd think you'd notice if you were pulling someone along. There's something we should worry about before that. Why was he pulling the noodle stand in the first place? Let's deal with our problems one at a time, shall we? Someone was hiding in the stand. We have not come this far to talk about possibilities. Let's talk about proof, baby. Show us evidence that proves someone was in the stand. Can I prove that? Want evidence that someone was in the stand? Well, I've got it. I've got it right here. Intriguing. Let's see what you've got. Show us proof that someone was hiding in the noodle stand. How about the slippers? The Maractus Clinic, and they're covered with paint. These slippers were found in the trash can near the crime scene. And a single slipper print was found at the scene. Right next to the noodle stand. Ack. Oh, and Miss Tiala, your toe print was found on the left slipper. Erk. In other words, this is proof you were inside that noodle stand. Eek! Objection! Yet there was only one slipper mark found at the scene. Can this be called a footprint in good faith? Observe the diagram. A park pathway runs right next to the slipper mark. A slipper wouldn't leave a trace on a cobblestone path. Yet you still cannot say this is a footprint, yeah? Why not? You have an impression left by a single slipper. What if it was on the stand and simply fell to the ground? That's just dumb. One more thing. A noodle stand is typically cluttered with the tools of the noodle-making trade. There's no room for a person to ride in there. You have a point. Could someone have hidden that in that stand? Apollo, I think I might be onto something. I think I figured out one of our pieces of evidence. In order to make the room in the stand, some things would have to be... Well, Mr. Justice, do you have proof that someone could have hidden in the stand? I can prove one thing. Someone did scheme to clear a space in that stand. The ball! This is the noodle bowl from the stolen El Dune Noodles noodle stand. Yes, and what about it? We discovered a large quantity of these bowls yesterday in the lobby of the Maractus Clinic. A large quantity of noodle bowls in the victim's clinic? Mr. Eldoon was very clear about those bowls. Well, I don't care who did it. Without that stand, I'm finished. All my noodle bowls were in there too. Yet the bowls were removed. That night, there was space in that noodle stand. Space created at the Maractus Clinic, no less. Right around the time that you were there, Miss Alita Tiala. Stop! I won't listen to any more of these wild fantasies. No, not fantasies. They're worse lies than that spoiled brat's pickup lines. Ouch. Give me a second, guys. Okay, I would like to remind the witness of her current status. This court does not consider you entirely innocent. Show me an innocent, I'll show you a fairy tale. In any case, the defense has somehow made its point. The witness had both a motive and an opportunity to kill Dr. Maractus. More fairy tales? This whole trial is a fairy tale. Then please pull us back down to reality, Miss Tiala. I'm giving you one last chance to explain yourself. This is it. Why was Dr. Maractus pulling that stand that night? And why was Alita Tiala doing inside it? Time to get to the bottom of this case. Why was she in this stand, guys? What's going on here? That night, I went to ask Dr. Maractus for the chart. I had no intention of ever letting that chart fall into the Kataki family's hands. But Dr. Maractus didn't understand. For some reason, he thought the Katakis had sent me. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. Is that so? You knew about the botch operation, so you tried to get rid of the chart to save yourself. I won't make excuses. And I did warn the good doctor. I gave him a chance. I told him that Brett got his health checkup report, and that he was coming to settle the score. I see. Very well, Mr. Justice. You begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. This is the last testimony. Either I perceive the truth or it's over. Yep. It's perceiving time again. We're going to actually perceive on the last of the things. So I gave up and went home. All I did was talk to him. And I remember where, too. Right here. Well, well, well. Look at that little finger movement. Gotcha! All I did was talk and lie. What? Show me proof. I'm pretty sure about this one. I think I'm getting the hang of this. A little slip in the confidence and they give it all away. The proof is you, Miss Tiala. All I did was talk to him, you claim, yet you can't hide your own nervous twitch when you say those words. My twitch? What are you talking about? You have a habit of scratching the area of your neck around the edge of your scarf. What? What? This is working better than I hoped. Her unconscious actions tell the truth she won't say. Habits and lies, 2 dots. Connect the dots and find the truth. Don't look at me like that. I told you the truth. It seems that when you recall what really happened in that office, you can't keep your hands off your neck, can you? It seems that nervous habits are unconscious reactions that manifest when someone is trying to hide something. You can't hide behind your scarf, Miss Tiala. Something's happened between you and the victim in the Maractus Clinic office. And I've got proof that shows exactly what happened. It happens to be... the lamp! What's that? You're touching your scarf again. There's something unusual about this lamp. The bulb is broken. There's a red splotch on the cord. Eh? Seeing how you hide your neck, I think I can come up with a plausible explanation for the lamp's state. Well, spit it out. This talking in circles nonsense is killing me. Very well. The answer is very simple, Miss Alita Tiala. Please remove your scarf. starting to get an idea, guys, of what's going on here.
Objection!
This is a trial to determine what happened in that park, yet we seem to have drifted off target.
Objection!
Eek, stars over Hyrule, you can't scream. That's her job. She's the screamer. She's the screamer of the stream today. You have to wait your turn. We'll find out soon enough if we're drifting. As soon as the witness removes her scarf. I won't do it. This is insane. I am an unrelated third party. You can't order me to remove my clothing. Miss Tiala, I'm afraid you've forgotten what's already been proven. What? You're hardly unrelated. Please remove your scarf. No. No! You'll wait your turn. I knew it. So I was right, wasn't I, Miss Alita Tiala? Oh, your neck. That isn't what I think it is. Something did happen that night at the Maractus Clinic. You needed to get that chart back no matter what it took, even if you had to steal your fiancé's pistol to do it. But wait, looking at this lamp and the witness's neck, it looks like the very opposite happened. Exactly. The victim in the clinic that night was this witness. Specifically, you tried to threaten Dr. Maractus and he attacked you. That's what happened that night at the Maractus Clinic. Irk. How many feathers does this Thingiverse have? She truly is a bad liar. Hey, Lady Violet. How you doing today? It's good to see ya. We're at the very, kind of nearish end of this case. So, I hope you're doing good. A lot of feathers, apparently. Order, order, order! Will someone please tell me what really happened? I told you the truth already. I went to the clinic that night to warn Dr. Maractus. That gangster knows everything. He's coming for you. Looks like my clinic's seen its last patient. We have to get rid of that chart. Quick, open your safe. Give it to me. So you can save your own skin? What? I know what you're up to. Yeah, you want in with the family. And if they see that chart, you're finished. Leaving me holding the short straw. But if I'm going down, I'll want some company. You! And what happened next? You doing alright? Enjoying spring break with chores for Easter weekend. Ooh! Anyone excited for Easter, by the way? I hope the Easter Bunny comes. He jumped at me and knocked me to the floor. Then he took that cord. Oh dear. Pal Maractus was serious, dead serious. He really tried to strangle me. I must have blacked out. She blacked out. So, it wasn't her then? So, you were the victim. And the red splotch on the cord was your lipstick. I didn't want to remember that night. That's why I didn't bring it up. There, are you happy now? Eh? I was out cold, almost killed. And you claim I snuck into that noodle stand? But how could I? You're just ready for spring break. You are, Angel Love. It'll come soon, and then you'll be free. Well, one thing is clear. We now know what really happened at the Maractus Clinic, and it would seem that our victim was not entirely without blame himself. I'm sorry. I get so nervous just thinking of it. It's hard to breathe. I've told you everything. Can I go home now? You bear some responsibility for events that day. True. Hang on a minute. Okay. Yet, if you were also a victim, this court would owe you some sympathy. Need to make, hot cross buns. Hot cross buns. Delicious. Well, Mr. Justice, I believe this clears up the remaining questions for Miss Tiala. When did this happen? Suddenly, everyone's sympathizing with her. I don't know what to think anymore, Apollo. I mean, is that it? Do we know everything we need to know about Miss Tiala? Very well. This finishes the cross-examination of this.
Objection!
Awesome. Not so fast. This party's just getting started. Now, we rock. What? Those spikes in your head are softer than they look? Or do you not have the stomach to go all the way? Prosecutor Gavin? How Maractus choked Alita Tiala. She fell unconscious. But what happened next? He's right. There's more we don't know. But she was choked hard enough to leave that mark. She would have been out for a while. Even still, what if it was her in that noodle stand? Alita Tiala half dead, Dr. Maractus pulling that stand, and a bullet fired from inside the noodle stand. What if it's all true? We might have already figured out what truly happened that night. Miss Alita Tiala, as you can see, we're not through with you just yet. You really want to blame me for this murder, don't you? You too, Prosecutor Gavin? Me? Fraulein, I only wish to know the truth. Well, let's go back over what we learned up till now. On the day of the murder, Waki saw his checkup report, from which he learned about the bullet still inside him. So, he took a pistol from the family stash, with the intent to give Dr. Maractus some of his own medicine. And Miss Tiala heard about this from Waki, so she went to the Maractus clinic ahead of him, in order to get rid of the chart with her signature. But then, something happened. Sounds like you figured it all out, but remember, I was the victim. I was out cold. But what about Dr. Maractus? That doesn't seem to be the problem. He had just strangled Alita Tiala, perhaps, he thought, to death. What did he do after his crime? I was just knocked out, not dead. From the state of his clinic and the scene in the park, I think it's clear what the good doctor did next. Well, her forehead, care to guess? Well, Mr. Justice, what did Dr. Maractus do? Maybe he did think he killed Alita Tiala. Have evidence to show what he did next? Yes. The noodle stand. Mr. Forehead. That's his name. Apollo's new name. From the prosecution. As his next move, Dr. Maractus stole Guy Eldune's noodle stand. What? Killing me disturbed him that much? So much he randomly stole a noodle stand? It wasn't so random. Remember all the bowls in the clinic's foyer? Bowls that belong inside that stand? I think it's pretty obvious, don't you? That stand was at the clinic. However, the question is, why did he remove the bowls? Maybe because the stand was heavy? Or he wanted to put something in the stand in their place. Ah, wait, you don't mean... I do. Dr. Maractus did replace those bowls with something. Your corpse, Miss Tiala. My corpse? Dr. Maractus panicked. He thought he'd kill you. His next move would be to dispose of the body. But that's crazy talk. You're all crazy. Then let's think about it. Logically, the doctor had a place to dispose of you in mind. But on his way there, who should he run into but the defendant Waki Kitaki? I question your logic. What's this, Prosecutor Gavin? The park is a dead end. Why would he head in that direction to begin with? That's right. He had no reason to go there. Oh, now I get it. It was a trick. That spoiled brat made him do it. He made the doctor steal the stand. Tell me, why would someone go to a dead end? Unless the park was his destination. What? Apparently the defense has an idea. Tell us where Dr. Maractus was heading with the stand. Here, please show us on this diagram. To where exactly was the victim dragging that stand? How about... right to this watery path here. There? That's a river. Yes, Your Honor. I scarcely need to explain why. A perfect place to dispose of a body. He was going to throw me into that river? He didn't have many other options, Fraulein. I believe this clears up all of the remaining questions. the victim pulling the stand and the defendant before him. And inside the stand, you, Miss Alita Tiala. Irk. And then the denouement? Wesley Stickler of panty snatching fame walks up. Seeing the two men, he shouts in that instant. Wow. Hey, Angel Love watched the stream 40 times in a row. How the heck did you do that, Mafia Babe? Or not Mafia Babe, wow, Angel Love did it. Well, that's a lot, Angel Love. I hope you've enjoyed the 40 in a row streams. So I shot him? You were the only one who could have stolen Waki's pistol. It had to be you. Well, Miss Tiala? Nice work. You mean I'm right? I mean, you've done a fine job of dreaming up a story. To get that spoiled brat off the hook. You're the one who's dreaming. Apollo's backed up everything he said with facts. You're so sure he's making it up, give us another reason. How was Dr. Maractus pulling the stand through the park? Who knows? But there's one gaping hole in your logic. I think Mr. Gavin knows where I speak of. Where of what? Can't believe she's still trying to deny this. Bruh, Angel, that's a gnarly streak. I know, right? She crazy. But epic crazy. Is this true, Prosecutor Gavin? Must I always be the one to point out her forehead's errors? Heck, maybe there really is something. I believe the Fraulein speaks of her doctor's car. His car? That's right. The Maractus Clinic has that big garage, in which sat a green sports car, was it? Why would he steal that stand in the first place? If he wanted to carry a body, he would have used this car. And so we find our victim without probable cause to steal that stand, and our defense without a case. I have an idea. You know that green car? I bet it wouldn't run. It was broken. Ah, what an excellent counter-argument, Fraulein. Too bad you're quite wrong. Eh? Don't tell me you've forgotten what happened to your daddy. Daddy? That's right. That night, the car that hit Mr. Wright was that green sports car. Oh yes, I had nearly forgotten about it. Afterward, he drove it back to that garage. It ran fine. Stop snack time. Emma's not even here to have snack time at the moment. That's right. So why didn't he use his beloved sports car? Irk. A glaring contradiction, to be sure. More glaring than your forehead. No. No! Oh, you have snack. Well, what you eating? Order. Well, Mr. Justice, why didn't Dr. Maractus just use his car to carry the body? Is that a groan of surrender I hear? Some advice, now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. Everything I've learned? Mr. Justice, this contradiction casts doubt on your entire case. This is truly your last chance. The defense will explain to us what happened that night. I think, the car didn't run. I have an idea. It's all coming together. No more giving them the forehead. Oh, cornflakes. Ooh, yum. That's changed you into a three-ring circus? Yes, it has. It has. That night, Dr. Maractus couldn't use his car. Huh, now you're making even less sense than usual. Not according to my information, Miss Tiala. Put one and one together and the explanation is simple. If it's so simple, perhaps you can show us some evidence. Show us proof why the car wouldn't run that night. Hey, Lady Violet. You know how you said this is a circus? Well, let's make this even more into a circus. And reveal the panties. Let's see now. Panties again? All sorts of things come out of my panties. Even the truth. Another crime was committed the night of the murder. The theft of these panties. The latest in the string of similar thefts, actually. Yep. Panties! But that night, the Snatcher was caught in the act. A brave young girl chased the thief until he hid in the Maractus Clinic garage. What? The Snatcher hid the panties there before running. Perhaps someone in this court remembers where he hid them. Why, weren't they found in the car's exhaust pipe? Exactly. By the way, I learned something yesterday. A very important piece of information. And I learned it from you, Prosecutor Gavin. So you were here investigating? I was on my way home when my hog gave up the ghost. Your hog? My motorcycle won't start a clogged exhaust pipe. Too bad. It looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that it could break just from that. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. My, how interesting. While Miss Tiala and the doctor were struggling, the penny snatcher snuck into the Maractus Clinic, garage rather. From that time until the time we found these, that car wouldn't start. What? That's why Dr. Maractus had to use the noodle stand. It was the next closest thing he could think of. Well, Miss Tiala, this wraps your doubts up quite nicely, I think. So it does. Where am I? So dark, can't see. Oh, you're gonna lurk, Mafia babe? Alrighty. Can't see. Cramped. The pain, my throat's burning.
What's your problem?
You, Doc, I know what you did.
Ah,
Waki? You lie to me, so you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, man.
wait, let me explain.
Fine, I'll give you your last request.
Listen, you're being tricked, but not how you think. It's not just me.
No, he'll ruin everything. I have to stop him.
Cease this at once, you two.
And that is a wrap, everyone. Funny, this isn't the way it was supposed to turn out. Oh well, too bad. There's still one mystery. How did you manage to disappear from that stand? In the silence after the shot, I heard the witness running. I believe we heard as much from Wesley Stickler. He went to use a public phone to inform the police, which is when I made my escape. Which is when you left that slipper print. Dr. Maractus didn't bother taking my slippers off. I threw them out after I stepped in that paint, though. That was your mistake. No, my biggest mistake was coming to you for help, Mr. Justice. Eh? I believed in you. You and your anything agency. If anyone would get Waki declared guilty, it was you.
Well,
I did it, guys! Woo! I believe we've reached a conclusion of sorts. Prosecutor Gavin, how is Miss Alida Tiala doing? She's confessed to everything. We're processing her arrest now. Prosecutor Gavin sure seems calm for someone who just lost. I think he already knew. He figured out she was the killer a while ago. Some advice? Now's a good time to review all you know. Everything you've learned over the last 2 days. He lost, but I didn't exactly win either. Something the matter? Her forehead? Looks like it's time to announce a verdict.
not guilty.
Woo! Court is adjourned. Well, guys, where is Miss Tiala on the kill this man list? Where would she be located? Great job, Apollo. You did it. Yeah, we did, somehow. Waki's off the hook. Free to become the gangster he's always wanted to be. And he has you to think, hey, attorney man, you're gonna pay for what you did to my Alida, Holmes. She's a bish, but the mafia attracts that type. She is. But I guess not that high, huh? Where would Dr. Maractus be on this list, by the way? Would he be up there? Or to blame, I guess.
You give my Alita back. Stupid pointy-head attorney with a death wish. Enough, Walkie.
Oh, that's the wrong voice. Ah, Mr. Kataki.
It's high time you open your eyes, Walkie. What do you know, old man? I think it's about time you open yours. Giving up the life, trying to become some kind of businessman. Don't talk about what you don't understand, Walkie.
He'd be dead? Yeah, but where is he on the list that deserved his dead mark? He is dead. I'm afraid the guard is going to throw them both out. If not in jail, wouldn't that be a happy ending? Hey, maybe we can help them out. We know why Mr. Kataki needs to make so much money. Maybe we should tell Waki. Oh, Waki, Apollo has something to tell you. Huh? I do? Way to put me on the spot. What's that? I'm gonna save just in case I do this wrong. Show him the reason why, Apollo. Why is Mr. Kataki trying to become a businessman? I mean, we also did a, where is Juan Corrida on the kill this man list? And even though he was dead too, he was quite high on it as well. Anyway, here's Waki's chart. There you go. Think about it, Waki. Think about your condition. Hang on a minute. Give me a second here. I talked with your mother, Little Plum, yesterday. It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is. She doesn't mean... You aren't really... Are you? I searched the globe, and I found one. A doctor who can take that bullet out of you, Waki. But it's an expensive procedure. But you got plenty of money already, don't you? I won't use it. It was the gangster life that did this to you, Waki. Want to help you, and I want to do it clean. Oh my gosh, we can see his eyes. Please understand, Waki. Dad. Man, I see how it is, old man. Always you looking out for... Waki? Listen good, old man. One day, I'm gonna take you out. Then we'll see who's the OG. You try to hide it in your business suit, I'll find you. Stupid little geezer. My... Waki? No, it's as it should be. Mr. Kataki, liked him more without the puppy dog eyes. I'm glad to have met you. I'm not so good with words, but I know a professional job when I see one. Thank you. Who, me? I don't think... Someday, I'll bake you one of our latest, the Kataki lime pie. He's opening a pie shop? So long. And he was gone. Well, let's head back, Apollo, to the Right Anything Agency. Hey, since when do I work at your agency? Aw, we make a good team. Don't just stand there, let's get going. Huh? Why not? She did help me out. And there's a few questions that still need answers. Like this power of mine that she showed me. And my bracelet. If anyone can help me figure it out, it's her. And that... Oh, though I can't say I care much for her... I can't say I care much for what her father has become. Oh, that's right. We have to go someplace first. Huh? Where? Why, to claim our reward from Mr. Eldoon. Ah, salty noodles, right. He's got to stand back already. Oh, and after that, you can come see my show, with a special appearance by the amazing Mr. Hat. Oh, it's special, alright. Please, anything but him. Hey, Beamy. You're just in time, Beamy. I beat Case 2. Awarded. Turnabout Corner awarded. Well, I'll give another little update on the Disney movie I saw last night. It was a weird one. A really, really weird movie. One that I still watched a lot in my childhood. And I never questioned the things that happened in this movie, but I question them now. For example, why did a rhino eat the main character's parents? How did a rhino eat the main character's parents? How is there a giant mechanical shark that just is in the middle of the ocean for no reason? And can seagulls really, carry up like a gigantic peach? Is that even possible? I will say the start and ending of the movie was pretty good. It was in that, Nightmare Before Christmas animation, and the main boy there looked like a real kid, like a real life actor kid person. But yep, it was good. It was James and the Giant Peach, it's called. It was a weird movie. A weird movie with weird bugs and mean ants that make Aunt Petunia seem very nice. Yep, that was it. Good movie. Fun movie. If you never heard of James and the Giant Peach, you should watch it. It's a good one. Anyway, on to Turnabout Serenade. Let's rock! Woo! We love you! Rock on, everyone. This party's not over yet. Get out your handkerchiefs for our special guest. That's right, baby. The night's just getting started. Thank you for coming to the Gaviners Guilty as Charged tour. This ends the first part of tonight's show. There will now be a 20-minute intermission. So, a band name called the Gaviners. What would that stand be like, I wonder? This is so cool. Us at a Gaviners concert? Huh? Did you say something? My ears are still ringing. The Gaviners putting the sick back in music. Well, I thought Mr. Gavin was really nice, sending us those tickets at 20% off. They're hard to get a hold of, you know. When you invite people to a concert, it's usually free. Let's head to his dressing room, Apollo. You know, like we're a couple of VIPs. I've always dreamed of being a VIP at a Gaviner show. Trucy, you didn't know who Prosecutor Gavin was before that case. What kind of fan doesn't know the lead vocalist's name? Oh, this guy. Well, he was more like a prince, really. He let us in. Clavier. What a lovely name. He's so dreamy. Yeah, but I'm a girl. I'm supposed to swoon over gods of rock. God awful, maybe. I bought all their stuff on the way home from the trial. I got 12 Gaviners albums and 15 concert videos. That was quite a bit of impulse shopping. I got an advance on my next 15 years worth of allowance. For Mr. Wright, that sounds like a real act of generosity. Told you guys might like this one. It's a rock and roll case. What will the case be? I don't know. Who would have imagined me here? And at a Gaviner's concert watching Prosecutor Gavin rock. To be honest, he was kind of cool, and I'm kind of envious. Not that I'd ever admit that to Trucy. Oh my gosh, look at this room. Ah, you made it. Mr. Gavin, thanks so much for the tickets. And the invoice you sent along with them. You were incredible up on stage, Mr. Gavin. Nothing like music to brighten the mood after a trial, yeah? And we're almost ready for our next act. I'm looking forward to it myself. Lamb Royer singing, right? The siren of the ballad? How do you say that name, by the way? Lammy Royer? Is that right? Lammy Royer? Oh yeah, that flyer said she flew all the way over for this show. That's right. Happened to catch her show while overseas. Her voice is divine. I knew I had to invite her to perform with us. Lammy Royer says, "You praise me too highly." Whoa, who's this guy? He's huge. Allow me to introduce Mr. Romain Latos. Latos? Romain Latos? Lammy Royer's manager and her interpreter, incidentally.
It is a great honor for us to be here, and a great honor for Lamiroyer to be heard in this country.
I can't read that language, sorry.
That voice, I wish I could understand it. It's beautiful.
Hi. Hello there.
Oh, it's Lamiroyer. I'm actually meeting Lamiroyer.
Lamiroyer, mysterious songstress. Her quiet, deep song glides through the air, lilting above a sparse but elegant piano accompaniment. Now this is music. She's a real artist. Lamiroyer says, we have long looked forward to this joint performance.
Ah, Lamiroyer, your voice it is art.
Yet without his piano to guide me.
It is but a voice.
Well, who's this?
I've seen this kid somewhere before. He plays piano at all of Lamiroyer's concerts. He's cute, and he's a really good pianist.
Good pianists are a dying breed, I hear.
Allow me to introduce Machi Tobai. Tobai? Is that how you say that name? Any, language peoples in chat?
This is why he never strays far from Lamiroyer. They are always together. They're like characters from some fairy tale.
Lamiroyer's so, what's that word?
Exotic.
And mysterious. She does seem quite pretty, at least her eyes do. Hers is a kind of sightseeing music.
Huh?
She travels the globe, putting the sights she sees into song. Even though her appearance and voice are exotic, her songs remind us of something close and warm. Sights into song? That's so poetic. She was gracious enough to put music to my lyrics tonight. The guitar Serenade. Hope you enjoy it. I can't wait. And now it is time. For the next part, we're giving the Governors hard rock a little rest. Lamiroyer, the stage is yours. I'm gonna be silent for this part.
The band members will not play during Lamiroyer's ballad. Only Machi's tender tones and Lamiroyer's dulcet voice.
And my guitar, of course. Woohoo! Nights like this make it all worthwhile, you know? I should have learned to play the guitar. There's not much romance in chords of steel. Shall we hit the stage then? Everyone, this scene that you're about to see is really cool. Please enjoy. Good luck, Mr. Gavin. Take care of your hearts aren't stolen away, yeah?
Let's get back to the concert hall, Polly.
Let's see what this looks like in HD. Oh, that looks so cool on the on this.
Whoa.
Cool. How? Gavin isn't really happy about his guitar catching on fire. Weird. What'd you think of that, guys? Those of you who are still here. Wow, wasn't Lamiroyer amazing? I sniffle, even cried a little. I was surprised Prosecutor Gavin actually burned his guitar. Yeah, that even surprised me. And I'm a magician. What a production. What a destruction. I don't think Prosecutor Gavin was expecting it either, oddly. He looked as surprised as I was. Is that what they call risking life and limb for art? I think he's my new hero. I'm not sure I'd call that art. Well, what are we doing here? Let's get going to Mr. Gavin's dressing room. There's 20 minutes till the last part of the show. How many breaks does this band need? How many bands need breaks? Guilty as charged. What the heck was that? I was never consulted about it. Sorry, Mr. Gavin, sir. I've asked the man in charge. I play new rock, not great balls of fire. Speaking of fire, I have a good mind to fire whoever's responsible. He seems upset. Apollo Justice, were you the one who tried to torch me? Hey, I didn't do it. So much for risking your life for art. The guitar Serenade is ruined. Ruined! Well, let's try to talk to him at least. I'm not sure that's the best move right now. Yeah, Mr. Gavin, what's going on here with your guitar? Oops. Okay, I can't switch back and forth in this room, I don't think. Look at these cards. Look, it's a postcard of Lammy Royer. What are these letters at the bottom? I've never seen these before. Yeah, am I saying that name right, guys? I want to go play this game without saying, with saying the words right. It must be her native tongue. Borginian. Borginian? Borginian? Borginian, huh? There's just a lot of crap. You have no clue how to pronounce that. Well, we'll just go with what I've been saying all these years. You mean the guitar that wasn't part of the act? Part of the act? Who'd burn up a guitar on purpose? But it worked really well with the lyrics just then. Burning on in my heart, fire. Burn my love away, all away. Wait, you think the audience thought it was... Sounds like you got lucky. They probably thought it was part of the act. At least, I did. He got lucky, and he didn't realize it. Anyway, that guitar was the Ferrari of guitars. All the speed, all the sound, and all the price. If I burned one of those at every show, I'd go broke. Unusually frugal for a rock band. Try saying that to Mr. Gavin. Achtung, today's been one disaster after another. My hog won't run, my guitar case is broken. Daddy told me there'd be days like these. Wasn't Lammy Royer's song incredible? You worked on it too, right, Mr. Gavin? Ah, yes, thanks. It was a collaboration. I wrote the lyrics and she wrote the melody. You know, I was surprised she could sing in English. I'm sure she practiced a long time for this day. Ah, here. Sugar, sugar. What's this? A lyric sheet. It's yours. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Didn't. Whoa. Signed by myself and Lammy Royer. Yippee! Thanks so much. All I ever get to sign are client defense agreements. Almost time for the third act of the night. Let me see these. Sugar, sugar, oh that night in your embrace, when you stole away the keys, my heart held onto so tight. Pleasure, pleasure, but a fleeting melody. It wraps itself around me, and now through the air I fly. She flew. Whoa, whoa, burning up in my heart, fire, or burning on in my heart, fire. Burn my love away, all away, like a bullet for love, fire. Take my life away, all away. Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. Kill. Almost time for the third act of the night. Oh, there's more? Yes, Lammy Royer's part is done. Now it's time for us to drop our groove again, yeah? Hope you're ready to catch it. Woohoo! Ready, Apollo? I think I'll pass. Eh? I like the bit with Lammy Royer, but the rest could use a volume knob turned way down. Apollo, you're getting old. Ack. Does 22 qualify as old to a 15-year-old? Well, I'm going. Let the old folks rest backstage, yeah? Time to rock. Hey, you're older than I am. Alright. Let's go to the backstage hallway. Hey, it's you, that right kid. Detective Sky. I'll let that right kid business pass. Call me Emma. There's no need for titles once you've shared a bottle of fingerprint powder. That's a new one. So, Emma, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I'm snacking. You think I want to be here? Me in charge of security in this pit? Security? Did something happen? There's no knowing with that glimmerous fop. Apparently, he's all upset because something was stolen. He wanted security back here during the concert. Where does he get off acting like he's a big rock star? He is a big rock star. Hey, you listening to me? So, where's this door here lead to? This one? That's Lemmy Royer's dressing room. Don't even think of going in there unless you want a piece of snack-coos in your face. Is she ever in a good mood, I wonder? Looks tasty. Snack-coos, they're called. I've been seeing this on the ground for a while. What's this? Some kind of headset earpiece? Why would someone leave this in the hallway? Maybe Lemmy Royer's bodyguard dropped it. Emma, will you stop eating those snacks for 1 second and listen? Huh, if you think you're going to pull me away from my snacks just to hear you mumbling. Oh, I'm none about whatever. You're going to be sorely disappointed. At least I got her to stop munching. Alright, I don't see anything else important. Except this. What's that odd-looking doll doing there? Oh, that's the blue badger. Could you try either talking or munching, but not both? Katonk, she snackooed me. Serves me right for going out of my way. Sorry, I don't speak snackoos. Alright, good talk. Let's have an actual talk now. Emma? I've never seen someone eat snacks with such vehemence. Better give her a wide berth. She snackooed me. Emma? I've never seen someone eat snacks with such vehemence. Better give her a berth. Alright, one more. Well, how about present? Take that! Emma, could you take a look at this? What do you think? That must be a bottomless bag of snacks. She has a bag of holding or something. Alright, I don't think we can do anything here. What about the dressing rooms? That's Prosecutor Gavin's, the Governor's dressing room. Put so much as a hand on the door and I'll snackoo you. Hold on, but I just came out of there. Don't play smart with me. So this is Lemmy Royer's dressing room. If you even think about going in there, I'll... Bang! What was that? Bang! Was that a gunshot? Crash! Something's going on. You, out of my way. Emma? Lemmy Royer! Lemmy Royer! It's not locked. I'm going in. July 7. It's July, by the way. It's the PM. What's that awful noise? Oh, it's the concert. Uh-oh. Ack! It's Lemmy Royer's manager, Mr. What's-His-Name. Latos. Oh no! Hey, you. Me? Watch this room for me. I have to call for backup. Right, understood. You want me to make sure no one comes in, right? And don't touch anything. I'll be right back. What's going on? I just talked to him and now... He's alive! Mr. Latos, can you hear me? Shot. I was shot. Who shot you? I don't know. Ask? Ask what? Ask witness. Witness? There was a witness? Who? Cold. So cold. Witness. You're cold? But don't worry, you're going to be fine. Help is on the way. Can't see. Hang in there, Mr. Latos. Tell me, who was the witness?
The witness is Siren.
Siren? How can a siren witness anything? Well, damn. Mr. Latos! Yipes! Emma! What was that? Who's there? What's wrong? Emma, did you see anyone just now? Huh? No. I could have sworn I heard a door close. The concert's been canceled. Backup's on its way. Is Mr. Latos? He's dead, isn't he? That's terrible. Sirens, incidentally, are known for their enchanting song. They called Lamiroyer the siren. So, what could it mean? And yes, touch everything. You got it. I lost him. Romain Latos, shot. And I heard his last words. The witness is the siren, whatever that means. So who's the murderer this time, guys? Who's the one that did the kill this time? Oh, hi. The venue's locked down. We took names and addresses before letting the crowd go. Good work, Darian. Darian? I'll let you know if I find out anything about the victim. Later. It was you again? Angel Love, will you stop killing people? It's so cringy, bro. My God. Or you think it's Mr. Hat? It's investigation time then, yeah, Fraulein Detective? I don't need some rock and rolling prosecutor to tell me that. One request I must make. Tell no one on staff or otherwise anything of this. Ooh, a gag order. No word gets out other than Mr. Latos is dead. No word of the cause of death or of the murder. Tell no one, not even Lamiroyer? Not even her. We must keep everything under wraps. Oh, one other thing. I'll need your signature on this hair forehead. Yours too, Fraulein. Angel Love took credit. Angel Love took credit for the last one too. On that, an investigation request. Why just us? You two are civilians. It's standard procedure. That should be okay to sign, I think. Yay! Right, well, get started with the investigation. I'm on it already. And one tip for you. Huh? Me? Try not to get in the Fraulein Detective's way. She's in a foul mood today. Gee, I wonder why. We all were questioned as witnesses. And now none of us can go home. We'll investigate all right, our way. Somehow I don't see us getting back to that crime scene anytime soon. I still can't believe I was there when it happened. Not an experience I care to repeat anytime soon. This is no time for navel-gazing. Let's crack this case. I worry about Chusi. She seems to have a very loose idea of what it means to be an attorney. Of course, that's not surprising considering who her father is. Something the matter? No, let's get cracking. I'm the only one who was there. The only one who heard Mr. Latos' last words. The witness is Siren. Good night, stars over Hyrule. Thanks for popping on by. It was good to see ya. We'll figure this out next time you get here. Bye. First order of business is to find out what he meant by siren. Oh, what a mess. What a flippin' mess, guys. The stage. Let's go to each and every room. Maybe the dressing room would be a good idea. Oh, it's you. I figured you'd come. You have to let us investigate the scene, please. You're attorneys, no? Shouldn't you wait until you have a client? Latos did tell me to ask the witness, the siren. With his dying breath, no less. Doesn't that count? Glare at me all you want. You'll get no snacks from me. Please, think of poor Lamiroyer. Oh well, suppose. You did find the body with me. Great, let's get to it. Right. Just try not to touch anything. She's letting us look, and she's not munching her snacks. This bodes well. There are clues here. I can feel it. Leave no hanger unhung, no spot unspotted. First things first, let's examine. Hey, Hiyori. Welcome back. What's up? Look what I found. Huh? Another ladder. Actually, it's technically a step ladder. Well, hello, Miss Fancy Pants. Please forgive my lack of ladder discrimination. I'm less worried about the step ladder and more worried about why it's there. Why is the ladder there? Well, to climb, right? To reach somewhere on the ceiling? I still say it's a step ladder. What do we have here, guys? What's wrong, Apollo? Your mouth is catching flies. Nothing, it's nothing. Maybe that's how the killer escaped? That's what you were thinking, right? When we arrived on the scene, the killer had already fled. He or she must have had a way out, and that air vent is one possibility. But it's much too small. Not if the killer were about your size, Chusey. I didn't do it. I was cutting up the dance floor at the time, thank you. I know, of course I don't think you did it. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Hey, what have I done? Like, say the Great. Yep, the Great. So it's Chusey, guys. Chusey's the murderer. Are these bullet holes? Looks like it. There are 2 here in the wall. From the look of it, the victim was shot once in the shoulder. The first shot must have missed. But there are 2 holes. Wouldn't that mean 2 misses? The murder weapon is a .45 caliber revolver. It's very powerful. I believe what we're seeing here is the mark left by the second bullet after it passed through his shoulder. Ouch. Sounds painful. No kidding. I wonder about this murder weapon. Is .45 caliber like super strong, guys? Ooh, what a pretty brooch. Oh, Emma. You're not going to say, "Can I have it, please," are you? Oh. Look, you may be a cute little girl of 15, but that doesn't get you any special treatment with me. Oh. It's not healthy to envy the young Emma. It's not about envy, it's about tampering with evidence. Note to self, Emma lacks a sense of humor. Use caution. You need to learn to respect your elders a little. Something seems so familiar about that brooch. Psst. Oh, there's the body. The body. That's a body, isn't it? Sure is. The victim, no less. Let's take a closer look. Eek! Go ahead, Apollo. You first. Me? No, you should go first, Chusey. Really. You 2 stop bickering and get over here. She's munching on snack Hughes again. Hopefully she's not too annoyed. Oh dear. What a mess, guys. What is this? Eek! Is that blood? Why don't you examine this one, Apollo? You know more about, red stuff than I do. Yep. Says who? Something is strange about this blood, though. Is that what it looks like? I think so. What about your hand? Apollo, look at this hand. He's holding something. Hey, no touching. You can throw all the snacks at me you like, Emma, but sooner or later, you're going to run out of them. You raise a good point. I'm a bit intrigued by this scene. Let's take a look. Ah, see here? He's holding something. What's this? A key ring. You think it might belong to the killer? Certainly a possibility. What an unusual key ring, and what unusual keys. This could be a vital clue. Guys, yes. Alright, let's examine the pistol as well. This is the murder weapon, isn't it? This revolver. That's right, a big .45 caliber revolver. Wow, I wonder who brought this in here. Not only police were allowed to have one of these. Why are you giving me that look? I didn't do it. I didn't. Listen, I was out in the hall eating snackoos when it happened. I know. No one here thinks you did it, Emma. It's hard to tell with you sometimes, Apollo. Hey, what have I done? Wait, if the killer brought a revolver, it must mean they had planned this from the start. That's right? Mr. Romain Latouche, was it? Latouche? Do you say it Latouche, guys? He was Lamiroyer's manager and an interpreter, apparently. This was his first time in the country. So I'm guessing he didn't know many people here. It doesn't seem likely, nor can I think of anyone with a motive to murder him. Except for one person, of course. One person? Who? Lamiroyer. No one here might have had a motive, but she's from... What are you talking about? Irk. Hey, it was Emma's idea. I said nothing. Munch, munch, munch. Latouche, I think, is more accurate already. Latouche. Romain Latouche. Always with the snacks. He's a big man, or was. I don't think even I would win in a fight with him, which is why whoever it was used a revolver, I'm guessing. We've sent a request to the Borginian... Is it Borginian or Borginian? G or G? Embassy for more info on him. Okay. Well, you and I know more about the crime than anyone. You do? That's true. It was us who found the body.
What?
I guess that's what I missed for watching the concert. Hey, I wish I was watching the concert. Anything would be better than this. Well, we know the crime took place during the concert, and when we heard the shot and entered the room, the killer was already gone. What? But that doesn't make sense. You came in when you heard the shot and no one was here? How did they leave the room? That window is a little too small, isn't it? The mystery of the disappearing killer. Virginia isn't a real place, though, so who knows? Oh, is it? Oh, I could have sworn it was a real place. Oh well. So this is the murder weapon. This revolver is incredibly heavy. It's been fired twice. You can still smell the gunpowder. That's odd. What's odd? Oh, nothing. Hey, no fair. Tell us. It's just something about this revolver seems strange. Strange? Whoops. Oh, I can see the Gavin's, like, insignia right there. There are 3 keys on this heart-shaped key ring. This middle key is shaped like a guitar? I get it. It must be the key to a guitar case. A guitar case key. I'll bet I know who this belongs to. So Mr. Gavin killed him. That's pretty crazy. Did not expect that. Yikes, don't point that thing at me. Don't worry, I'm an old hand with firearms. I have one that shoots bullets. I don't want it shooting any bullets, thank you. Not those bullets, silly. My gun shoots bullets, the magic cat. A cat? Comes out of a gun? I can tell by your expression that you've never heard of that trick. It's a great one. Honestly, that one sounds halfway interesting. Is that a bad idea, though, guys? Shooting a cat? The middle of the weapon is a revolving chamber. That's where you load the bullets. A revolver, see? Revolver. That sounds a bit like Wonder Bar. Especially if you say it really fast. I guess? You know what I always used to think? I used to think the closest sound to Wonder Bar was one liver. There's just so many words in the world, Apollo. Isn't it amazing? So many different words, so many different people. People like Juicy.
And words, man, we made them up.
Let's check this too. Sort of pin fastener for attaching things to clothes. Not a safety pin type though. So if it's not a safety pin, is it a danger pin? Suppose if you stuck it in your eye, then yeah, sure. But you could do that with the safety pin too, for that matter. Thanks for taking the fun out of my danger pin. Oh, you're driving a danger pin through my heart here. Yeah, that's nothing. That's the lyrics. That's just the picture. The picture of Lamiroyer. What do you think about this revolver? Well, it's pretty big and heavy. That's right, it's a .45 caliber. That makes it one of the deadliest revolvers around. Even the police don't carry guns this big. Really? Yeah, it doesn't make sense. You don't need so much power to kill at such close range. It's overkill. I'm not sure I see the problem. I mean, whenever I go out to eat curry, I order it extra spicy just to be sure it's spicy. Of course, I can only ever eat 1 or 2 bites. And that's not a problem. There's another thing about a gun this big. It puts a lot of strain on the shooter. Strain? Yeah, say if you were to fire this revolver, the recoil would probably dislocate your shoulder. Ouch! It's like the shooter's a victim too. Yet the killer used this revolver and quite well. I'm guessing whoever did it was used to shooting a high caliber weapon. Well, that's about it. I think we've looked at just about everything there is. Guess you're right. I know how you're feeling. It is hard to know when to stop, but anything more involved is to wait until the squad gets here. Arg, I suppose. I'll go report the evidence. Sorry, but could you wait here till I get back? Huh? Oh, actually, we have to... Great, thanks. She left. What do we do, Apollo? She told us to wait. Great, now how am I supposed to investigate? Oh well, guess it can't be helped. Let's go. Huh? Go? Time's a wasting, Apollo. We've got a lot of ground to cover. Well, that's true, but... One second thought, why not? I'm sure everything will be fine. Of course it will. Let's go. We're just gonna leave the body. Is that a good idea? Just leaving the body where it is? Huh! Eek! Who's there? We didn't just imagine that, did we? He was wearing a silk hat. Friend of yours? Hardly. Whoever that was, he sure looks suspicious. Who the heck was that, guys? Who the flip was that flippin' guy? Huh? Looks like nobody's here. Prosecutor Gavin's probably busy with the case, too. No rest for the wicked. No rest for us either, Apollo. Let's get rocking. Rock, rock. And by rock, rock, I mean let's rock and get out of here. Blame the ghost. Was it a ghost that appeared just now? The ghost. Ooh. Ooh, welcome to the stage. What is it? What is it with today? Problem after problem. Actung. You ain't kidding. It's the 2 leading members of the Gaviners, Apollo. Clavier on vocals and Darian on guitar. They're so cool. I have a hard time thinking of Clavier as anything but a prosecutor, honestly. Huh? What are they arguing about? Probably the case, I bet. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted, my guitar's been burned to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? Hey man, don't blame me. You were the one who missed the cue. Me? Miss a cue? How could I conceivably get the most important part of the song wrong? How? And what was all that tinny playing of yours? Who are you calling tinny? Sounds like they're having a spat. One of those difference in musical direction bands are always splitting up over. This is hardly the time. What are you 2 doing here? Hiya. We were just discussing the investigation, if you don't mind. Sorry. Wait, you were what? Listen, you need to confirm that with the Republic of Borginia, Detective Crescend. Right, anything else? What, did he just call him? Detective? Ah, greetings. Whoa, look at this guy's hair. Darian Crescend, Criminal Affairs, Division 3. Hello, Criminal Affairs? Apollo, you really don't know anything about the Gaviners, do you? Something tells me that's about to be remedied. Alright, let us present some of the new stuff that we got. Like the gun. Sorry, but I'm not in the mood to talk about that right now. Even I can only take on so much in one day. Funny, I always thought the Prosecutor Gavin as one of those cool stoic types. Hey Zelda! Welcome back to the stream. How you doing today? I was wondering if you knew anything about this. How was your day today, Zelda? That does it look familiar? Familiar? It's mine. That's my key ring. I've been looking all over for it. What? This is yours, Mr. Gavin? I knew it. Apollo, how can you make that I knew it face? This is the key ring that was... Yeah, I know. Thanks anyway. So, where did you find it? Actually, the victim was holding it. Like he was trying to keep it from the killer, even if it meant his life.
What?
The victim? You mean Mr. Latouche had my keys? Indeed. When will my trials be over? Speaking of trials, I've never heard Mr. Gavin whine in court like he has been today. Emma was right about the fop, I'll give her that. Apollo! Mr. Gavin, maybe we can help. Tell us about your troubles today. I really don't think that's... Tell us. And we'll keep mum about the keyring for now. Are you blackmailing me, Fraulein? Went to the Dollar Tree today. Did you get anything good? And awesome and good? Alright, just checking some things. Don't mind me. I wrote those lyrics, you know. Oh, it was Lammy Royer who gave them life. Wow, that's beautiful. Grr, maybe I should try to write some lyrics someday. I'm digging this music, by the way, guys. Sorry, drums. You didn't win the Splatfest this time. I am sorry. What a big stage. It's on a whole other scale than the Wonder Bar. The lights were so bright I couldn't see the whole first part of the concert. I'd love to do my act on a stage like this someday. Just hold back on the lights for my eyes' sake, please. You'll be too blinded by my magic to worry about lights. You probably don't want to blind the audience if you plan on showing them magic. And water flavor packets. I remember getting those. I got those all the time back during the anime all-nighters days. About the crime. Which crime do you mean? The murder, what else? Oh, that. For me, today has been a hit parade of crimes, you see. Prosecutor Gavin was singing the blues earlier, wasn't he? Something about his hog and his guitar case. Anyway, I'm afraid you know more about the killing of Mr. Latouche than I do. For now, at least. Huh? You were the one who found the body, yeah? Well, we were in the middle of a performance, no less. 3 of them. Ooh, good. Hope you use them well. Aren't you going to examine the crime scene, Prosecutor Gavin? I'll leave that to Fraulein Detective. Wouldn't want to step on her toes. They're not exactly best buddies, are they? Emma and Prosecutor Gavin, I mean. Well, what to do next? You've already checked out the scene. Prosecutor Gavin may be right. We may be the most informed for once. Maybe Prosecutor Gavin can shed some light on the things we found. I don't believe you, Apollo. How can you come to this concert and not know about the Gaviners? It's not surprising. Why, even our ancestors knew nothing of America's existence once. I know America exists. The Gaviners aren't just an average rock band, Apollo. Each member is connected to the police somehow. The police? The real police. By day they pack heat, but by night they heat up the stage. By day those lips interrogate, by night they sing songs of unrequited passion. Okay. They debuted 7 years ago with 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Then came Love with No Chance of Parole, and My Boyfriend is the prosecution's witness. The list of hits goes on and on. This here's my right-hand man, Darian Crescend. I make the melodies and he attacks them with his guitar. He's a bit of a rogue, really. And this guy's a bit of a perfectionist. When a performance goes the least bit wrong, he goes into this funk, just like today. Oh, murder would be on a more off-putting than a ruined concert. The concert today? A disaster. I'll get to the bottom of this and then we'll see who missed a cue. The Miss Q? They were arguing about that before. Great, I love nothing more than questioning tormented artists. What's this Miss Q you keep talking about? Aha, you heard it, didn't you? From the audience? Actually I didn't notice anything. See? No amateur is going to pick up on that. Can you guarantee an entire audience of amateurs? No. Now take a listen to this. What is your hair? He has long hair and a shark-like get-up. I like Darian, actually. He's a pretty cool dude. Pretty cool guitar person. What's that? A mixing board. We use it to record our concert tonight. Aren't we supposed to be investigating a murder? Well, we've come this far. Might as well go all the way. I've always wanted to learn about the recording industry. Welcome to a new minigame, guys! This is but one of the devices used in recordings. We're a 5-part band. This lets us record each member's performance separately. You use the sliders to adjust the volume for each part. Check it out. Wow, neat! So, could you say here only the drum part? Of course. That's how we'll find the criminals guilty of finding missing its cue tonight. I'm more concerned with the other criminal, the one who kills people. You want help on the case, then help me with mine. I guess rock and roll comes before prosecuting. Let's begin. First, we bring up the part of the performance in question. You simply choose the section of the song you wish to hear on the uppermost bar. Like so. There it is. Now listen. Was something wrong? You couldn't hear it? Listen again closely. I actually kind of heard it. I've heard this game so many times that I actually did hear the problem, as it is here. Ah, the timing's a little off, isn't it? You see? There, right at the most important part. And even an amateur can hear it. An amateur with a mixing board, maybe. You're missing the point. We'll never stamp out crime until we're perfect. Perfect. Think I'm gonna need one more there. Here he goes again. Right, Herr Amateur, you will prove my point. Huh? Me? You will find the missing cue. You will tell us which instrument, which part is the guilty party. But how? Did I not just explain it? Move the sliders with L and L to adjust the volume for each part. Then you will find the part that hopelessly bungles the cue with L and L. Also, you'll find it with your untrained amateur ears. Nothing to do but try, Apollo. I guess. I'll admit this looks kind of fun. First, a quick review. Use L and L to adjust the part's volume, jump to another section of the song with L and R, and use L and L to switch parts, right? Got it. Once you found the guilty part, press X to point it out. Time to rock. So this would be normally where I can't do it up and down. Here. We'll give you another listen. Well, if you couldn't hear it, let's give you a little hand. Let's do these one at a time. That sounds good to me. Let's try this one now. That one sounded kind of weird. Dun, 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 dun. This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. Ah! It was you, Darian. Darian? Is that how you say that name? The rhythm guitar was way off. Ah, well, looks like the cat's out of the bag. Ah, well, that's what you have to say? That kind of attitude lets killers walk free, Darian. Here they go again. Is it Darian or Darian? Maybe it wasn't such a good idea to ask about the concert. It's starting to feel like we're just wasting time. It's all experience under the belt. That can't be bad. So I can't get over the title for that song. Guilty Love. Darian. Alrighty. Darian. You were saying something about your motorcycle not starting. And something about your guitar case being busted? You're well informed. You mentioned it a few times. It's all happened this morning. It's all this keyring's fault. The keyring? It's got all my keys on it, yeah? my bike key, my car key, and the key to my guitar case. Wait, so this key ring... It disappeared. I thought I'd put it in my jacket pocket. Prosecutor Gavin's key ring disappeared? Had to come to the concert by taxi. How embarrassing. And in order to get my guitar out, I had to break the lock. Wait, this guitar wasn't the one that... The very one. Up in flames. And right on stage, too. Actually thought that was part of the show. Crazy. And to top it off, Mr. Latos's life was taken. Latouse's. No one told me about days like these. Strange days indeed. You think? What's wrong, Trucy? Well, I was just trying to make sense of everything. First this heart-shaped keyring gets stolen, then a very expensive guitar flares up on stage, then Mr. Latouche dies. Yes, and? Could it all really be just a coincidence? Coincidence? Meaning? Darian, can you make sense of any of this? Hey, don't look at me. What do you think, Apollo? Huh? I mean, either Mr. Gavin's having a really bad day, or all this was planned. You aren't thinking what I think you're thinking. Are you, Fraulein? I am. What? Hey, don't leave me in the dark with Spike here. The name's Apollo, but yeah, I agree. Don't leave us in the dark. What are you talking about? Haven't you noticed a connection, Apollo? A curious connection between all of Mr. Gavin's trouble today? Well, I have. You know, something was bugging me too. That key ring, the guitar, and the body. Slow down there, Polly. You look a wee bit dizzy. He's bluffing. He hasn't figured it out. Fess up. If you're a man, you're as clueless as I am. Huh? No. Give her forehead a chance. Let's see your evidence of the connection. Shall we? Evidence? I'd better think of something pronto. Come on. Let's see it. What's the connection between all of Mr. Gavin's troubles? Maybe... the lyrics. It's this, isn't it? A lyric sheet? The guitar Serenade? What's that got to do with anything? It has everything to do with everything. Though I wouldn't have believed it if the Fraulein had pointed it out. What are you talking about, man? Enough with the riddles. Maybe it is a coincidence, or perhaps it means something. Don't you think, Fraulein? I do. Everything that happened to Mr. Gavin today is predicted in the lyrics to this song. What? No way. Look, just think about everything that's happened to Mr. Gavin. Let's list them in the order that they occurred. While reading this lyric sheet, first the keyring was stolen. And not just any keyring, a heart-shaped keyring. That's right here. When you stole away the keys my heart held onto so tight. This is a heart holding keys. And next, his guitar burst into flame. Burning on in my heart, fire, burning my love away. And then Mr. Latouche was killed. Like a bullet of love, fire, take my life away. But that's crazy. Yeah, no kidding. So everything that happened today here? This song predicted it all? Or perhaps there was the other way around. Huh? The criminal could have based their crime on the lyrics. But who would go through all that trouble? Someone who moves in mysterious ways, no doubt. I believe you stumbled upon something quite vital and quite annoying, Fraulein. She looks pleased. The lyrics predicted the crime. Clavier? Seems a bit more than just a coincidence to me. I have to agree. The keyring, the guitar, and the murder. The keyring might have been dropped by accident, yet the victim was holding it. Hard to think that it was unconnected. That's true. Prosecutor Gavin's as calm and collected as ever. So the criminal matched their actions to the lyrics? That sounds likely. Why would anyone do that? While we think about that, I'm going to get cracking on the biggest crime here. I'm going to talk to the Borginian embassy about this Mr. Latouche. Ah, right. Thanks, Darian. I'll leave the pondering of mysteries to you. I'm out of here. A foreign national, Mr. Latouche, was killed. It seems like that would have been the point of all this. But they did more than that. They left us with not only a murder, but a mystery. Mr. Gavin sure is irritable today. Maybe this is the real prosecutor Gavin we don't get to see in the courtroom. I've had enough, frankly. If you find any more mysteries, do me a favor and keep them to yourselves, yeah? Yeah. I guess this is all we're going to get from Prosecutor Gavin. That leaves Lemmy Royer to question. Prosecutor Gavin, do you know where Lemmy Royer is now? I had her go to my dressing room. With that pianist Machi Tobai, of course. Is that how you say that? Tobai? She seemed rather shocked by Mr. Latusse's sudden passing. The governor's dressing room. Got it. Alright. Time to speak to, what's her name? Ah! Eek! Who's there? There he goes again. Who is that guy? Huh? Chusi? You know, he did look sort of familiar. So he is a friend of yours? No, that's not it. Sorry, I don't remember. Curiouser and curiouser. Alright, Alice, let's go into, the dressing room now. This one. Lemmy Royer. What has happened? I heard that Mr. Latouche has died. Lemmy Royer, you speak? I mean, you speak English? Yes. I was invited here from the Republic of Borginia, but I am not Borginian by birth. But wasn't Mr. Latouche your interpreter? Yes, well, it was Mr. Latouche's idea. He thought it would add to the mystery, you see. Then your pianist is also... No, Machi Tobai is Borginian. He does not speak English. Now, please tell me, what has happened to Mr. Latouche? Why did he... Actually, Mr. Latouche was... Chusi! Huh? Remember what Prosecutor Gavin said. Not a word. But Mr. Latouche is Lemmy Royer's manager. That's not fair to her. I mean, isn't she a related party? Precisely who Prosecutor Gavin doesn't want to alert, I suspect. All we have been told is to wait here in this room. It is very unsettling. I'm sorry, we're trying to figure it out ourselves. Do you think I could ask you some questions? Of course, I am always willing to help. She's as calm as she looked on stage. I can't put my finger on why, but I like this Lemmy Royer. What is it, Machi? What? But you'd be alone. What seems to be the problem? Machi, he is not good around strangers. Wishes to go out for a breath of fresh air. Would that be all right? Sure, of course. Later. Very well. What is it you wish to ask me about? All right, let's talk. The Republic of Borginia, that's in Northern Europe, right? Is it in Northern Europe, guys? Is it actually there? I've never even heard of it. I started out singing in a restaurant, then a producer called me. Before I knew it, here I am. You don't say. You know, my daddy plays piano in a restaurant. Producers tend to look for talent, Chusi. Lemmy Royer, you're not from Borginia originally? Maybe it's near Kazakhstan? Were you born here? Well... Oh, is that supposed to be a secret? Image is everything when you're a star. I know a bit about that, of course. Yes, it is something like this. A contract, you might say. I'm also not to speak anything but Borginian in public. Image is important, I guess. She's not all image, though. Her songs are lovely. A real landscape painter in sound. A painter in what? She travels the world, turning the sights she sees into music. That's the secret to your music's beauty, right? You're very perceptive. Oh, I use your songs all the time in my stage act. I don't have to pay royalties for that, do I? Stop while you're ahead, Chusi. This landscape painter in sound, too, is an image. Yet without it, my songs would not be so widely heard. They even call you the Siren of the Ballad, right? Yes, in Borginian, Lemmy Royer means the siren. I fear that, perhaps already I am not the siren I once was. Your pianist, Machi, was it? He is cute, like a porcelain doll. He is very European. I met him while singing in restaurants in Borginia. He is an orphan, yet his playing is exquisite. Soon he came to live with me. It's like a fairy tale, almost. I notice he hardly leaves your side. Yes, well, he is blind. At first, I hesitated at dragging him across the world. He doesn't speak English either, does he? He had never left Borginia before we met. I made his presence part of my contract. Machi and I together are Lamiroyer. Together, always.
Okay.
Mr. Latos was my new manager. Latus, rather.
New?
Yes, from 3 months ago, around when I received Mr. Gavin's invitation to come. I met Mr. Latus at my office. He was to be my manager and bodyguard, and as it turned out, my interpreter. Interpreter? Even though you speak English? Yes, but we were to visit more places than just here. We had a concert in Japan scheduled after this one. You know, the place where we actually are. I mean, though I fear that may have to be cancelled now. Was Mr. Latus from the Republic of Borginia too? Well, he was only with me for 3 months. I'm afraid there is much I do not know about him, and now I shall never know. No one will ever tell me why he has died. I'm sorry. Prosecutor Gavin said we weren't to talk to anyone. Mr. Latus was a talented man, the siren of the ballad. That phrase was his idea, you know. I am happy for him that he became so well known. The siren. That's what he's meant. Huh? Apollo? You are the siren, right, Lamiroyer? That is the meaning of my name in Borginian, yes. It was the name my producer gave me, but why do you ask? It's very important. I have to know for sure that if the siren was you. What do you mean, important? I'll tell you. You deserve to know. The siren. Siren. It turns out that's a very important word in this case. How? When we found Mr. Latus, he was still alive. What? I heard him say something. His last words. Mr. Latus, can you hear me? Ask witness. Hang in there, Mr. Latus. Tell me, who was the witness? The witness is Siren. He said siren? Really? I was the only one there to hear it, but I'm sure that's what he said. Mr. Latus said that? Ask the witness. And you're the siren, Lamiroyer. Did you see what happened? Lamiroyer? Might I ask, are you with the police? Well, no, I'm a defense attorney. An attorney? Yet there have been no arrests, yes? Is that a problem? Does an attorney not work for a client? If you have no client, you should leave the investigation to the police, I think. It's a bad sign when someone uses, like, legal lingo in this case. But Lamiroyer, I am sorry, but I cannot answer your questions. I'm afraid you lack the authority to ask them. Ack, why? If she witnessed the crime, why won't she tell us? I believe we are through here. I believe so.
Well, bit awkward, huh?
Hey, do you know this gem, by the way? That reminds me. Does this brooch look familiar to you? My brooch? Yes, well, it may be mine. Yours, Lamiroyer? I was wearing a brooch earlier, you see. Must have lost it. Well, that explains the brooch we found. It was Lamiroyer's. Thank you. I was wondering where I'd dropped it. So this brooch belongs to her. That begs the question. Something wrong, Apollo? What was this brooch doing at the crime scene? Would you mind taking a look at this, Lamiroyer? I'm sorry, I'm not sure what to say. Wish I could help you. Don't worry about it. Certainly one of the most pleasant refusals I've had. Alright, I don't think there's any more tings. Lamiroyer, did you fire this gun? Alright, later. Oh, it's midnight right now. Oh my gosh. Whoa, who's there now? It's you. Where were you? Heck, Emma! Something wrong? She looks grumpier than usual. You bet something's wrong. The impossible's happened. Arg, it's all your fault, you know. Oops, maybe this is about us leaving the crime scene. What do you mean by impossible? Well, it's gone. Utterly gone. What's gone? The body's stupid. What else? Eh? Mr. Latussa's body has disappeared.
What?
That's not good. Ah, Prosecutor Gavin. From your vacant stare, I gather you've heard the news. I heard Mr. Latussa's body has gone missing. Look for yourself. Quite the pickle. Quite the pickle. How can you just stand there? We have to start the There's no need for alarm, Fraulein Detective. All entrances and exits have been sealed. The body will not leave the building. So I suggest we go find ourselves a cadaver. There will be plenty of time to ponder the whys later. Well, you seem pretty sure of yourself, Mr. Gavin. Oh, we'll find him. I'm rather enjoying this. How could Mr. Latussa's body just disappear? Well, you heard the man. Let's get searching. Hey, I don't know if this is exactly the right time, but... Yes, Darian? See, Geeter's gone missing. It was in the dressing room. Geeter? Who's Geeter? That's what I call my guitar. You like, man? Your guitar was stolen? This hasn't been a good day for guitars or Geeters. Okay, body first, then guitar. And if someone finds that guitar, please bring it to our dressing room. Geeter's like a missing person, not a lost and found man. Oh my gosh, guys. Well, this sure is what did he call it? A sausage? No, wait, it was a pickle. And it's your pickle. I told you to stay in the room. Sorry, not much else I can say. It's alright. Top priority now is finding that body. You can make it up to me later. 10 bags or snow of chocolate snaku should do the trick nicely. You should watch your sugar intake, Emma. Wonder what snackoos taste like. I want some now. Maybe it's on the stage. Oh. What's going on here now? Something looks a little bit different. Does something seem different to you, Apollo? Something is definitely different here. Let's check it out. There's a stepladder. I'm not sure that's all that important right now. Let's check out that thing in the middle of the stage. Fine. The stage there must have been lowered before. That's the tower that Lamiroyer and Prosecutor Gavin were standing on. Someone must have raised it. I don't see a way to control it from here. Apollo, what about that ladder there against the wall? We could use that to take a look up top. Maybe we should get Emma. What are you talking about? We have to see this sort of thing for ourselves. I'm not so good with heights. Stop whining and start climbing. Irk. It didn't look that high from below, really. But when we got to the top, I felt every one of those 15 feet down. Of course, I wasn't thinking about the height anymore. Not after what we found up there. Eek! We found 2 things we were looking for, and 1 thing we never expected to find. Oh dear. The body, guitar in hand, and the pianist, Machi Tobai. Welp. That's a problem. Wow, the concert last night sure went south in a hurry. No kidding. Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at me like it's my fault. Machi Tobai, the blind pianist, arrested on suspicion of murdering Romain Latus. I can't believe such a cute little boy could do something so horrible. I guess they had proof of some kind. What proof could possibly prove that? Morning. But Prosecutor Gavin? What a night, eh? I apologize for being so upset. Mr. Gavin, do you know what's going on? Why did they arrest Machi? Why? Don't look at him like it's his fault either. It was tough for me too. We performed together that night after all. Yet, the powers that be say that, given the circumstances, it could only have been him. What do you mean by the circumstances? Lamiroyer was invited from Borginia as an ambassador of goodwill. It is vital that this case be wrapped up swiftly. That's all the powers that we want act, really. Well, these are circumstances, all right. But what makes Machi the only possible suspect? Her forehead. You seem to have forgotten that you're talking to the prosecution, the enemy. Right. I think I like this side of Prosecutor Gavin better, actually. I'm not at liberty to discuss the particulars of the case, especially not to the defense attorney. What? Did you just say? Me, the defense attorney? That's what I came to tell you. He's down at the detention center. He wants to request your services. He? You mean Machi? Machi wants me? This is what we've been waiting for, Apollo. Let's get going. Right. Good luck. I'm off to question Lamiroyer. Right. Later. Hope I'm up to this. Yeah, did not expect the case to go in this direction, huh? Well, I just don't get it. I refuse to believe a cute little kid like that could do something so terrible. You said that already. Machi, everything is going to be okay. We're here for you. Hi, maybe you can tell me about last night? Huh? That was when I realized how tough it must be. A little kid like this, in a country so far from everything he's ever known. Maybe Lamiroyer can help, but didn't Prosecutor Gavin say she was with them? Good luck. I'm off to question Lamiroyer. Well, what are we going to do? That's, a good question. I can't think of anything we can do but go with this. And hope for the best at the trial tomorrow. Poor kid. Well, that will be it for today, guys. Welcome to the third case. This case is really good, actually. I kind of like this case. But we'll see it in 2 days. As for tonight's stream, we are done. Tomorrow will be one more Sims 4, as well as more Golden Sun. So look forward to that. Have a good one, guys, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye!